Yahoo! Wow! Weird way to start a stream, I'm sorry. Hi everyone. Gamer time. What, this video game? Video game I've certainly never played before. Finally you found one? What's that, Cyborg? Ooh. I'm going to watch that later, thank you. Have you seen Black Flag, the Project Women thing that came out recently, the video? It's also really cool. Incredible says, are you excited for 3D missile combat? I am! I am playing Nebulous. Nebulous just had the update I've been talking about coming for a bit, with the carriers and fighters come out. I know nothing about Nebulous. I knew nothing about it, I should say, as of like 3 weeks ago. Can we raffle to get missiles named after chatters? I knew nothing about this game until like 3 weeks ago, and then randomly I just was served like a YouTube video about like, oh, it's got carriers coming with fighters, and I was like, whoa! And I looked at the game more, I was like, whoa, this game has like, RCS, like, management, radar cross-section crap, and designing missile seekers and stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm actually just the right kind of person to be into this right now, after War Thunder for a year. Banjo says, this is the coolest game ever to watch someone who is smart play. Well, that is... You're very out of luck, because you're watching me. But still, we're gonna try. I know there's at least one person in our Discord who knows how to play this game, and I hope they show up today and tell me how to play it. Otherwise, we're just gonna do the tutorials, and we're gonna do our best. But yeah, I'm a big fighter, carrier loser. And I'm also, like, recently getting into, like, the information of modern naval... Like, real-world modern naval, like, missile-age combat. Anti-ship cruise missiles and stuff. And so, this game has, like, come back onto my radar at, like, exactly the right time to make me interested in it. So yeah, this new update with the fighters has just come out. I'm gonna try to learn this game and figure out what the F to do with it. And if I like it enough, I'm gonna steal every idea in here that isn't bolted down and replicate it in BMod. No. Actually, no, I did want to play this, I do want to play this also to, like, see if there is anything that inspires me about it for B-modding, like, capital shit combat as well. I'm very curious, I'm very interested, because I'm, like, literally working on that right now. Delta says, remember, it's research, not theft. That's right, baby. We actually have some really cool new stuff in BMod, too. I was just testing this morning. We have a group UI. It's so cool. Anyway, but right now it's not about BMod, though. Right now is about learning this game. So, I'm just going to click to the tutorials, because when I first loaded the game, it was like, play the tutorial, and I was like, I'll do that on stream. So, I've literally done nothing of this game yet. We're about to do it for the first time. Tutorial, Fleet Academy tutorial. In the alliance system of Emmet Time, the Bradford Naval Academy is the first stop in the naval careers of fresh officers, where grueling lessons and lengthy practical trials are held to shape future spacers into prime officer material. Boy, I hope that's me. Oh, there's a lot. This is going to be the stream. This is actually the entire stream. Nice. Ooh, carrier operations. My goal is to not bounce off this game in this stream. And go play Resigma instead. Also, apologies to the Resigma fans. I also did not want to not play Resigma today, but I also really wanted to try this once the update came out. I've been waiting for like a month or two, so... sorry, Resigma heads. There's like such an awesome new thing to use in Resigma too, because there's Philip's Servitor mod where we can name the servitors. Explosive runes. Mercury just made the cat. The little... It's like a little Shiv Skull drone that has like a las cutter for... Minecrafting through terrain, and a smoke launcher. And, I can't wait for that, too. Philip says, listen, if you don't play with Sigma, you can't hit any bugs, so I'm happy. Alright. So, my goal is to not bounce off this game, learn it in this stream, stick to it, and make it all the way to the dessert of learning about carrier ops, because my god, do I love fighters and carriers. Okay, interface and basic maneuvering. Among the most important lessons is effective fleet management, where knowing how to properly maneuver individual ships and assign formations can create an effective force in battle. Everything I've seen about this game, I want to just prefix one more time before we play. Everything I've seen about this game looks so up my alley. It's kind of like when I tried to go back and play Homeworld after becoming an adult, not being a kid anymore, and being like, man, I really want Homeworld to be more in-depth, actually. I didn't really know this game was this. I knew this. I heard of this game. I didn't know this game was about this kind of stuff. I think I heard when this game, when it first released, it was more just like space engineers, and like, it was like very first early access. And I was like, eh. But then recently I heard about it. It's like, oh, this is like crack to me, perhaps actually. So yeah, I'm very, very interested in this, and we're going to learn it. We're going to learn it right now. I'm going to try to learn it. No womaneuvering? Yeah, I'll give some feedback for that. The game's misogynist already, that's true. Anus Small Beginnings, Rains Class Frigate, 2 Mark 62 Cannon, Bullseye Radar, Blanket Jammer. Oh, there's jammers. Daddy's going to have to learn about electronic warfare today. VLS-2 launchers, Mark 62 cannons. Okay. Cool. Quack says, second stream around no Planus Labor isn't new. Is it sponsored? No, there's a new update just come out with fighters and carriers. That's why there'd be renewed interest. That's why I'm trying it. Alliance Network, internal message service. All messages are monitored. One message from Ash Hazel. Hazel Ash. Welcome to Bradford, Commander. I'm Lieutenant Hazel of assigned as your instructor to get you up to speed with the command interface on your warship. Lieutenant Meadows was reassigned to train pilots and carrier commanders. So I'll be guiding you through your standard trials. To start, I'll be getting you familiar with the controls and how to actually command a warship, and I'll be with you in the CIC. I'll meet you on board. Hazel, thank you. Let's go. I hope I like this. I hope I can learn this.
Commander, I'm Lieutenant Hazel.
Hello.
I'll be guiding you through the trials to determine if you're cleared for operations.
Yes.
The brass has their eyes on you, so try not to embarrass me.
Okay. Lol, your ship's small. Don't you say that about my ship. My ship is an average size. It's at least 600 meters. If you miss anything, you can view the message log in the menu.
Let's get you familiar with the view controls first. Hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse to angle your view.
Anus Small Beginnings.
Now use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out.
Woo! I love it.
And most importantly, moving the view. Use W, A, S, and D to pan the view. E and C will raise and lower your view in the battle space, respectively.
Oh, Daddy's gonna need to reconfig that.
And that's it.
Ah!
Let's move on to the actual interface. We're going to select one of our ships now.
Tactical view jump scare.
You can select a ship either by clicking on its icon in the battle space, selecting it in the ship list, or pressing its corresponding number key indicated in the ship list.
Standing by.
Mm-hmm. It's got like full-on voice acting. That's awesome for an indie game. Good polish. So far, I really like the polish. Like they put like a bit of inertia on the camera. It's like actually a really polished game so far. Immediately. Whoa! Look at all this stuff. Is that like actual compartments? Yeah, it's got. You got like the CIC here. That's your radar. All your modules are like things. They're a little damage control locker. I'm assuming is what DC means. Missile programming bus array. Oh my goodness. Wowee! Isn't this cool? You can see all your thrusters, both your engines. Oh my goodness. Could I put more things in here? Whoa! Oh! God. Don't click anything yet. I don't know what to do yet. Okay, I just want to learn everything as I go here. So, click on its icon in the battle space, selecting it in the ship list. Oh, that's hot. That's so hot. Or pressing its corresponding number key. Ship list, okay. You're on my ship list now.
You've selected a ship. Now if you want to focus your view on the ship, you can use the F key. You can also do this by double tapping the ship's number key to both select and focus on the ship at the same time. When focused, your view will automatically track the selecting unit until you move the view.
Nice.
This ship in particular is the Rains class frigate. It's the most common warship in the fleets, with a generous balance of speed, agility, armoring, and some good room for a good mix of support modules and weapons.
Is it going to shoot its own radar off? The clearance on that barrel of that radar is giving me conniptions.
You'll also see at the bottom of the screen a readout of the selected ship. This is the ship information bar, and it's a list of the status of modules, weapons, current orders, and the general posture of the warship.
Modules, weapons. Okay, modules, weapons, current orders, which are none currently, and general posture. Nice.
This window is the damage control status board. And it'll be one of the
most important
items when in battle, as it shows the condition of all modules on the ship as a color gradient. Green means functional and undamaged, while red means heavy damage. A destroyed module or weapon is indicated in gray.
Okay.
Damage control is a whole can of worms, so we won't be covering that for now. Let's move on.
I love this so far. I love that we're not making me drink from the fire hose here and tutorializing. This seems very well made so far. Let's hope it continues.
Next, the mount status display.
This
shows the status of all external mounts on the hull, which could be weapons, defense systems, or utilities.
Mount status display. Status of all external mounts in the hull. Is that here? I'm not sure where that's pointing to.
Currently Currently, all of our mounts show green with
Yes,
black
it is here.
slash, indicating they're operational but idle.
I could use like a
If you're ever
highlight
confused
box
at what a
in
color
case
or
I'm
symbol
stupid.
means, you can hover over the color status icon with your mouse to see what's going on.
Oh, lovely. I love symbology.
Lastly, we have the posture controls.
Yes,
These
tell me.
define how the ship will operate.
Yes!
From here, you can control maneuvers, which sensor systems are enabled, and toggle specific defensive systems.
Where is that? Posture controls. Is it this stuff? Formation, maneuver, yeah, okay. That must be this. Teach me
Right now,
about
I've disabled most of these so we don't toggle something by mistake. But we'll go over these.
Hey, Not So Lone Wolf, how are you? Not So Lone Wolf is the person I said who was the one person I know knows how to play this game in our community. Hey, Not So Lone Wolf. How you doing?
So you know how the interface works, but what about issuing an order to a ship?
I'm gonna take a wild guess. Do I hit my home key? Just
The
kidding,
ANS
guys.
Small Beginnings is reporting that their drives are online, so we'll get that frigate into a nearby position.
Okay, yes.
Select the ANS Small Beginnings and open the action menu by right-clicking anywhere in the battle space.
Oh, okay. Oh my god,
On
this
the
is
left side of the
complicated.
menu, select the Move or Movement submenu to see all available movement commands.
Drive course, hold heading,
The
roll ship.
POS
Oh
or
my
Position
goodness.
command will order the warship to move to a position and hold there. Select position and move
Ah,
the Small
well done.
Beginnings within 500 meters of Waypoint Atlas.
So that would be...
This is the dial widget.
There must be a
It will
hotkey for
allow
that
you to
too.
accurately select position on the
Wait.
plane the ship is currently on by moving the cursor.
Oh, yeah.
You can left-click to confirm an order, or right-click to cancel.
I did it wrong.
To change the elevation, hold left control and move your cursor up or down.
Hang on, hold left
You can also
control.
issue waypoints
Wait, slow
holding
down!
left shift and marking a path. The order will only be confirmed when left shift is released and you click again. Don't forget, if you need to get a better view, you can still hold the left mouse button to angle your view even while the dial is open.
Whoa.
When you're ready, lay in a course for the Small Beginnings to position itself near Waypoint Atlas.
Whoa. Oh, look at that beautiful inertia on these things. Has it got little thrusters? Yeah, it's got little maneuvering thrusters going. It's trying to follow my fucked up zigzag. Oh, we're like braking with reverse thrust there? We're trying to slow down. Where's my speed? If we're trying to brake, we're doing a very bad job of it. Oh, no, we're doing it, actually. We've, like, slowed down a bit. We're, like, coming in on it. Philip says the helmsman is currently muttering swears under their breath. Okay, yeah. They're doing their best. They're, like, and they're even kind of staying mobile while they do it. Oh, man, how cool. I love games like this where you can just, like, watch and just be amazed, you know, at the simulation. Like, I'm not even a huge... I like it, but I'm not a huge fan of simulations of real-world things for the sake of it, like, to learn them. Like, I like DCS, it's cool, but it's not my favorite thing in the world, but I do like it. I appreciate it. It's very cool. But I do want to say, just in general across
You can also
gaming...
use the M key as a shortcut to issue move
great,
key
there it
position
is.
orders.
I love the immersion of simulation-based games, where it's not even necessarily they're simulating, like, the real world, so much as just, like, they are a game that simulates as many mechanics as they can, while without being an unfun game. Like, it all is in service of good gameplay still. Like, this could just be a game where the ship just moves there, because it does. Like, the code says that, but I love that it's like, no, like, there's actually maneuvering thrusters. Like, it makes sense in its own world, internal consistency. I just think that's amazing. I love that. I love games like this. They're fascinating to me because games like that are so interesting fundamentally. Helldivers is the same, and it's quite a simulationist approach, Metal Gear Solid 5. Just internal consistency. Because then they allow you, as the player, to exercise your own brain and do things that the developer didn't think of necessarily, or at first. And it's just interesting, you know? It's like the dream. It's like the dream world. It's like the fucking Matrix of, oh, like, you don't have to be beholden to what the developer specifically coded in to allow you. It's more like... Anyway, you know, I just love games like this that are very simulationist in approach. It's very cool. Very, very cool.
Now
So I
let's
already
talk
like this game a lot.
formations. Because only one ship can be commanded at a time, formations are crucial for grouping your forces and keeping management simple.
Yes, we love formations in games. More games need them. Cough, broken arrow. Because only one ship can be commanded at a time. Yes, okay.
The ANS Dusty Tome is reporting they're ready for orders, so we'll have them fall in with the Small Beginnings.
Please.
Select the Dusty Tome and open the action menu.
Yes.
The Formation command can be found under the Move submenu and is issued with the FRM or Formation button. You can also use the keyboard shortcut left shift plus F key.
Lovely. Wait, hang on, I didn't do it right.
We first have to designate a ship as the guide ship.
Okay.
This ship will be the actual leader for the formation, and all warships following the guide ship we'll try to copy their current orders. Select the ANS Small Beginnings to mark it as the guide.
Yes. Then what do I do?
Next, you'll need to designate a position for the Dusty Tome to take up in formation.
Okay.
The dial
Ooh,
functions exactly
wow.
like the movement command, but it's relative to the guide ship. Pick a position for the Dusty Tome to keep station on.
Wait a minute. Am I doing this right? I think I might have missed a step. I might have fucked around. Like, do I click you? No. No, I did it wrong. Okay. Yep. Select. Yep. And okay.
Falling in.
The Dusty Tome will move into formation, and they'll try to follow the guide ship as best they can.
Philip says, this tutorial is too slow for my Zoomer brain. I love it. It takes me back to my childhood. Be it playing ground control and having these kinds of tutorials. I love them. Press shift to move your camera. Press the F button to cycle through formations. Commander, use the special ability on your marine unit. I love these kinds of tutorials. They're my favorite.
If the guide ship is moving when the ship is ordered to form up with it, the guide will automatically slow down to allow the other ship to catch up.
The guide ship is moving. See, so you can tell I'm the opposite of you, Philip, because I read everything twice to make sure I actually absorb it. If the guide ship is moving when a ship is ordered to form up with it, the guide will automatically slow down to allow the other ship to catch up with it. The guide, so the leader of the formation leader. Interesting. Okay, so when you make a formation, your formation leader will wait for others, which is necessary, of course.
You can have as many ships as you want in
Love
a formation.
that. Broken arrow, pay
there
attention.
are drawbacks to having a lot of closely packed ships, beyond white-knuckled helmsmen.
I bet.
Spacing is key, and sometimes you need to split up.
Very interesting. I wonder how fighters work. Oh my god, they must have squadrons. Oh my god, I gotta get there.
Ships
Gotta get
near
the fighters.
each other create a larger radar return, making stealth and evasion more difficult, and allowing the enemy to detect you at a longer range.
Oh, I want to learn about radars.
Sensor coverage just yet.
Oh, Lieutenant Hazel, I just can't wait to get there.
You can see the structure of your fleet and its formations in the ship list, which dynamically updates to show which ships are in formation with each other.
You can see the structure of your fleet information in the ship list. Oh. Oh, yes, their information. That's nice.
Orders can be issued to your entire formation at once by opening the action menu in formation mode.
Okay.
This can be done by using left shift plus right click with any ship in the formation selected.
Wait, no, bring that back. I need more continues. No, I need to hear that again. My only problem with the tutorial so far is there's been like 2 times now where it doesn't give you a continue prompt. No, bring that back. I'm too old. I didn't take that in quick enough. Open the action menu in information mode. Yeah, but what was about both buttons at once?
The action menu will indicate it's in formation mode by
wasn't there
displaying
left
the
click and
number
right
of
click
ships the order
together?
will be
I don't know.
delivered to.
No, wait, come back.
For
I didn't
formation
hear that.
mode, don't worry about which ship you have selected, as the order will be delivered to all of them. Easier that way.
No, go back. You're
Movement
going
orders
too
are
fast.
special.
Lieutenant Hazel!
They will always be routed to the guide ship, and the whole formation will follow them. Now let's get the whole formation moving in a direction. The drive course command, found on the move submenu as the CRS or course.
No, slow down.
button, will
Slow down,
allow
I need to
ship
read it.
Or formation to travel
No,
in a certain direction.
slow down. I'm not absorbing
Press the
this.
drive course command now. Do not issue the order just yet.
Wait. Oh yeah. Lone Wolf says there's a message log in the escape menu. Yeah. I need to read like 5 messages back. Yes, they did say this and I forgot. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry. I'm just very slow these days. I need to read things multiple times to really absorb it. So hang on. Lieutenant Hazel is also a zoomer. It's like, what, 2300 in this game's timeline? Yeah, I liked this, yes. Okay, you can see the structure of your fleet information. Ship list, yes. Orders can be issued to your entire formation at once by opening the action menu in formation mode. Yes. When you have the guide selected or both, I guess anyone in the formation. This can be done by using left shift plus right click with any... Okay, so I just heard that. Left shift plus right click with any ship in the formation selected. Okay, so it's not... So if you right-click, it's just the ship itself, but if you left-shift plus right-click... Okay. I'm not going to remember all these hotkeys, but hopefully over repetition I will remember it. I've already forgotten F or something for the formation stuff. I think F was formation, M is movement. Okay, the action menu indicates its formation mode, but displaying the number of ships the order will be delivered to. For formation mode, don't worry about what ship you have selected, as the order will be delivered to all of them. Easier that way. I agree. Movement orders are special cases. They will always be routed to the guide ship, and the whole formation will follow them. Of course, that makes sense. Now, let's get the whole formation moving in a direction. The drive command, found under the movement submenu as the CRS or course button, will order a ship or formation to travel in a certain direction indefinitely. Ah! The drive command now, don't assure yet. Okay, right there with you.
Ready.
I'll also say, you guys have seen me rip some games apart because of being, like, hard to get into or, like, obtrusive or whatever. Right away, I will say, I already like this game. I already like its approach, its appeal. I don't know, like, a little bit of polish goes a long way, and the way that they've concocted the tutorial, I'm already incredibly forgiving of any complexity that this game is going to throw at me, I think. I like its feel. It seemed like a good, polished game already. And obviously I know what I'm getting into with this game also, so I'm also likely to be very forgiving of it being complicated.
When it comes to picking directions in space, you'll use the sphere widget. It's similar to the dial widget from before, but allows for choosing directions more uniformly. It can be a little tricky at first, so take your time and get a feel for it.
Yeah, I see.
Moving your mouse cursor around will position the target on the surface of the sphere.
That's cool.
By holding left control,
That's awesome.
you will log the direction and be able to change
Hey!
This is useful for weapons, as you'll see in a later lesson. But for choosing a course, we really only care about direction.
That's why it's wicked.
Know that the cursor will remain on one side of the sphere, even if you pan the view. The initial side is determined by where your mouse was relative to the ship when you first opened the widget. If you need to switch the side, hold left control and draw the radius back through the center until it's on the opposite side.
Oh my god.
Get some practice moving the cursor around now, as selecting a direction or position in 3D space can be very disorienting at first. When you're ready, issue the order to get the formation underway in the given direction.
I understand everything you just told me, Lieutenant Hazel, except why is it going to a square sometimes when I do that control thing you just told me to do? Oh, because now it's doing something different. Change radius size. Lieutenant Hazel, it is doing other things, like it's turning into a square, and I want to know what the symbol means. Why has it become a square? Square means it's facing towards you, circles away. Oh, I hadn't noticed until now. I had never looked at this side. That's kind of funny, actually. I see what they mean now. Oh, I thought I was going... Oh, wait. Wait, am I not going around? No, I'm not. That's all on the same face. Oh, see, I thought when I did this that I was on my... towards myself, but actually, I see, yeah, I see now. No, I'm not. Oh, okay. But then sometimes I hold control and it just does this. Sending me to, yeah, I'm figuring it out. Okay, so square is towards you. That's actually really important then, yeah. Square is towards you. Circle is away. Sometimes it doesn't do it, but whatever. I'll figure more of that out as I go. Okay, so I think we're staying in the course.
Course laid in.
The formation will now drive the course until told to do otherwise. Careful not to lose attention and let them get too far.
How do I track again?
We've had an
Like
incident
this?
in the past, and I'm not going to fill out more paperwork. Lastly, let's break the dusty tome back off from the formation.
Okay.
To do so, all you need to do is select the ship.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry.
Congratulations! That completes your first lesson in maneuvering ships in the battle space. We'll cover more advanced topics like weapons employment and tactical view in the next lesson. I'll see you back at the academy.
I'm ready.
Course laid in.
Nice. I'm ready. Teach me how to shoot things. Ah, survive with no damage. Hooray! Area breakdown, sensor warfare, excellent. Engineering, excellent. Thank you, I am a natural. Export battle report so you can all see. Development console. Interesting. Is that meant to be there? Error. Attempting to access mission graph, mission interface, and basic maneuvering, but is not yet loaded from an asset reference. Buddy, I don't want to hear about that. Fundubi says, love this game in the battles. It's perfect game for how you like to play. Yeah, I am definitely liking it so far. We shall see when the actual rubber meets the road, but so far, giving this game a lot of optimism from me. From the interface, weapons control is simple as point and click. Maybe not that simple, but it's easier than having to run a command down the line. Academy Command has authorized you for your basic weapons trials, so we'll be going over targeting, gunnery, and basic missiles usage. It'll be fun. I bet it will be. Running the command down the line. What if you played Arma? What if you played Pulsar, but it was Arma, where I actually just got to sit in the battleship CIC and all of you had to do the ship? Oh, that's how you make Star Citizen. God, no, sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. We all have it in us. All us soup guys have Star Citizen buried in us.
Favorite part. Weapons and how to use them.
Yes.
Don't worry about that red contact over in the distance. It's a decommissioned frigate that's been tugged out here for target practice.
Hello. Oh, it's like a radar signature. I love radars. They're cool.
Before we get to weapons, we need to learn about the tactical view.
Whoop.
You can switch between tactical and normal views by pressing spacebar. The view controls here are the same as before, but you can zoom out much further and get a better idea of the situation in the battle space.
Yes.
Take a moment to look around now.
Withdraw line. That's my edge of
The
the battle
tactical view
space.
provides you with a lot of information that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. It's your primary way of knowing what's happening around you. You'll be using it a lot.
I bet.
The range plane shows you both elevation of targets and their distance from a given point. When no ships are selected, it sits at the center of the battle space.
I want this in Freelancer so badly. I'm not going to say what I do. Range plane shows you both elevations of targets and their distance from a given point. When no ship is selected, it sits at the center of the battle space. Okay, this is, what? Please tell me this game is in kilometers. If I hear, like, a foot or a knot or a mile in this game, I'm going to be upset. That's meters, thank goodness. Okay.
Select the small
So
beginnings
that's,
now to see how the plane changes.
35 kilometers? No, it says. Oh, it's only 3.5 kilometers. Each one of those is a kilometer. Okay. What the hell? What? No way. That's only 3.5 kilometers away? We can't just see it with our eyes? We can't just look out of the... Okay, I'm jumping the gun. Maybe it's not... Maybe... I don't know.
Take note that the range plane
Hang
moves
on,
to
hang
center
on.
on that ship. It'll
Yes.
also track with it. All ranges will be indicated relative to your currently selected ship.
Hang on. All ranges will be indicated relative to currently... Note that the range plane moves to the center of that ship. Yes.
Notice how the line from the enemy track to the range plane has a slight curve. This is because elevation
Wait a
and range
minute.
are not directly related, so the contact's distance on the plane must be projected onto a sphere.
Wait, no, I skipped a step here. Hang on. Message log. Select the small beginnings to see how the plane changes. I don't see... Line from the enemy track to the range plane is a slight curve. Am I missing that? Oh, I see it. I see it. Yes, I see it now. This is because elevation and range are not directly related, so the contact distance on the plane must be restricted on a sphere. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's very nicely done. I love how this game does its interface. I love when you play a game, this goes hand in hand with the simulation thing, and you're like, damn, the person who made this, like, loves doing this so much and gives so much of a shit about this. I love when you play, like, one of these games. My god. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay.
This layout makes it easy to determine the range of a target by looking at the position of the plane relative to your selected ship's capabilities.
This layout makes it easy to determine the range of a target by looking at its position on the plane. Yes.
The dotted lines represent maximum ranges of your ship's systems. Red indicates offensive range, blue is sensor range, and defensive systems are green.
Ah, here. Okay, so we have a sensor range of... What is this? Go over here. I can't see because the giant asteroid is in the way. We have a sensor range of, like, what? Like 7.5? Right now, these radar of... I don't know. It's off the scale, like, 12? Oh, no, wait. 15? It's kind of hard to tell, like, where that's going. That's my elevated, I guess. I don't know. We have a range. Defensive systems are green. I see little blue dotted lines here too. Like, we're talking about this? We're talking about this? I don't know.
While there are common ship configurations found throughout the fleet, most ships have some unique capability. The ANS Small Beginnings is configured with two Mark 62 twin-barrel 120mm cannons
Oh, that's big.
and 16-cell vertical missile launcher.
We got tank cannons on these things. 16-cell vertical missile launcher. Cool.
I'm unlocking your weapon systems now, so let's put gunnery to the test with some tried and true naval fire.
Yes, please.
There are several ways to target weapons. The fastest and simplest is by shooting directly at the sensor track. To do this, right-click the red sensor track to bring up the action menu in track mode.
Yes. And then what?
The action menu will indicate it is in track mode by displaying the targets and track number in the space.
Okay.
It will automatically
7700.
open the weapons list if there are any weapons on the ship.
Yes.
The active targeting mode is shown at the top of the list. Right now we are in track mode indicated by TRK. We'll talk about other modes later.
Yes.
Select the cannons from the weapon list and light up the target.
Yes.
Got 'em in our sights.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening! We're missing! This is embarrassing for you guys. Maybe it's not a real target. Maybe it's just like a... Maybe it's just like a sensor. The dispersion on these cannons must be fucking god-awful.
Definitely seeing some hits there. Looking good.
Oh, nice. We saw a hit.
If the guns can't hit a target, the ship will automatically roll itself to get currently active weapon on angle on the target. This is called unmasking.
Oh.
Right now you'll notice that our fire is pretty inaccurate.
Yeah.
This is because our targeting solution isn't using a fire control lock.
Oh.
The red dot jumping around near the track shows where our sensors think the target is.
Oh.
Receiving.
Let's improve our targeting accuracy by locking the target with our bullseye fire control radar, located on the top of the ship.
Oh, yes, please. That sounds most cool.
To do this, right-click the track and select the LCK, or lock, at the top of the action menu. You can also use the X key keyboard shortcut.
Locking them up.
That would help. Oh, look! Accuracy. Oh, so it wasn't dispersion, it was trying to chase a bullseye that was jumping all over the place.
Notice the new icon on the target. This indicates that the target is locked on and is providing much better accuracy and increased update rate on the target.
Goodness.
Remember, not all ships have fire control radar, and you'll only be able to get a lock with ships that have them equipped.
Yes.
Right now we are shooting armor-piercing, AP, shells at the target. Armor-piercing is effective on armor plating, but will only deal damage to internal components directly in the shell's path once it punctures the hull.
Lieutenant Hazel, do we have weapons that can exploit the punctured armor once we've made a hole in it?
Well, any damage is a good thing. We can deal even more damage by switching the shell type to high explosive, dealing damage to a wide area in the target's internals.
Yes, I think we should do that.
We use high explosive, HE shells, against targets of appropriate size or smaller, or larger targets with heavy armor damage. HE shells cause much less damage to armor, but penetration will explode inside and do damage to all nearby components and personnel.
Yes, the people and the squishy organs, we want to destroy those.
To switch to HE shells, first open the action menu in track mode by right-clicking the track.
Is it this?
In the weapons list, next to the cannons entry, click on the ammunition icon to open the ammunition list. Click the 120mm HE shell option to select it. The ammo switch is now pending and will only be executed if a new fire order is given. To begin firing the new ammo type, click the weapon group to confirm the ammunition change.
Engaging the enemy.
Explosions.
Now we'll select the small beginnings and watch what it's up to.
Waiting orders.
The mounts display shows the ship's cannons are firing and cycling. When the yellow bar is filled, the cannon will fire again.
Ah.
You can also see that the fire controls radar is solid green, indicating it's active and it has an active lock-on.
Wait, where's that? Fire controls. Fire control radar is solid green. Is that this thing? This green bit here? Is that what she means? Under the cannon start box. Ah, yes.
Here's the active orders list, showing an icon for each order the ship is currently executing.
Oh, like The Sims.
Right now we have an order to fire our guns and an order to lock the target.
Yeah, babaduba, zuba, bam bam. Use bathroom, eat pancakes, go to work. Yep, nice. We got the Sims do list. Very good. Wait, right now we have an order to fire our guns and an order to lock the target. Okay, so this is the locking one. It's
Have
like
the
already
small
on.
beginnings hold fire and break their lock on by right-clicking on the order icons to cancel them.
Hold fire. Hold fire? Yep, hold fire, break lock. Tremendous.
And that's the basics of gunnery. The key thing is to know what ammunition to use, especially as your target takes more damage to warrant the big stuff. But what if you don't have a sensor track?
Great question. Also, sorry guys, I'm not really reading the chat as much right now because I'm reading Lieutenant Hazel instead. She is more important than you guys right now, I'm sorry.
Take a look at your ship's hulls, and you'll notice the 4 white octagons on the sides. These are radar panels, and provide coverage for their respective sector of space. There's also a central control module inside the ship, which track what these panels see.
Hold on. Octagons. 1, 2, 3, 4. These things, I'm thinking? That's an octagon, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's an octagon. Okay, these are radar panels. Don't need octagons. They have 8 sides, bitch. Sorry, that was aggressive. I felt like you were coming for Lieutenant Hazel. I didn't like it. I'm sorry. But fucking pay attention. Okay. They provide coverage for their respective sector of space. So that means I have blind spots. Because I don't see any on top or bottom. Okay, this is a central control module inside the ship which tracks what these panels see. Cool.
When panels are damaged or destroyed, you'll lose coverage in that area.
Awesome.
Similarly, if the radar controller is destroyed, you'll lose all coverage in all directions.
Cool.
Obviously, fighting blind is not a good thing.
I bet not.
But that won't put you out of the fight just yet. Direct fire weapons like cannons can fall back on visual targeting, where the crew will provide targeting data to your guns using onboard optics.
Nice.
Some weapons like missiles can't do this, however.
Teach me about that. Not so little says they cover quadrants. All ships have 360-degree coverage until damage. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I've ordered your crew to disable the radar. Take a moment and observe what happens. You don't want the first time you're operating without radar to be the real deal.
Let's let's
With sensors disabled,
button
you will now
out.
see
Get
visual
out of the
contacts
hatch.
when you have
Get your
one of your ships
binoculars.
selected, and nothing when no ship is selected. Visual contacts are only useful to the ship that actually sees the target, unlike the sensor track, which was shared across all ships.
Waiting for your orders, Commander.
Okay, so we just visibly see this thing.
We're ready whenever you are.
I do still see it. Visual contacts says you will now see visual contacts when you have one of your ships selected and nothing when no ship is selected.
Waiting for your orders, Commander.
I do see it still though.
We're ready whenever you are.
If you don't see anything, you'll need to move within visual range, about 3,200 meters.
Oh,
Or
it's
create a
an
marker
objective
in the
thing.
general
Hang
area
on.
for your reference. That won't happen in actual battle.
I see. That's a thingy. That's not. Okay, I understand what she's saying now. 3,200 meters. Okay, so we need to get just like a little bit closer.
You can fire on visual contacts the same way you did with the sensor tracks. Use visual targeting to fire at the target ship with the small beginnings guns again.
Let's go have a look. We going slow as fuck in this bitch. We're going 20 meters per second. 20 meters per second. What are these, engines for ants? What are you burning, like 1,000 liters a second? Come on, step it up. Step it up. What, 11 liters a second? Let's step that up. Let's go to like 6 million liters per second. Let's get some real speed going. Let's liquefy some crew. Ah! Oh, there's that bitch. I found that bitch. Let me look at him. I can't look at him. I want to double click him and
Waiting orders.
zoom on him, which I could do before, I feel like. Ah! But now I can't. That's literally slow and driving a car. Yeah, what's with these spaceships that are slower than cars, guys? Also, why can't I double click now? Is it a tutorial thing? Now I can. But when I double click on the enemy... Oh, because I can only see them... I see. I know why I can't do it. Because I can only see them because of you, so unfortunately that means I can't zoom on you easily. Is there another way to zoom on you then? Because when I left click on you to double click go to you, it deselects you, so I can't see anymore. So how do I now, if I want to just like... meh, zoom on you... Hold right click for
We're ready
span
whenever you
scan.
are.
Span scan. I don't know what you're talking about. Set full MCOM. Signaling. Yeah, signal them to surrender. Alright. We'll figure that out later, hopefully. If it's a thing you can do. For now,
Got him in our sights.
shoot them. And I'll just go up here manually. What the? Oh, God. Ah! I pressed Q. No!
In a situation like this, you can imagine
Lieutenant
things
Hazel,
are
help
not
me!
going too well for you. But you'll at least still be a threat, so don't feel too cut up if your sensors go dark.
Okay.
Now missiles. The ships in this fleet carry two variants of the
F?
SGM
Oh, thank you,
series
Marshall, thank you.
anti-ship cruise missiles.
Terrific.
The Thunderhead and the Hurricane.
AWACS Thunderhead.
The Hurricane is a command-guided missile, which means it is guided to the target by a launching ship. If it misses the target, it will come back around and try again until it runs out of fuel, is shot down, or finally hits the target.
Okay, so that's semi-active.
Command missiles are very difficult to avoid. The only way to defeat them without destroying the missile itself is by destroying the launching ship or jamming its sensors or communication.
Oh,
Shoot the Archer, as we say.
that sounded nasty.
The downside is that the Hurricane must be shot at a sensor track. If you lose a track, the Hurricane will be useless. Let's launch 3 Hurricane missiles at the target.
Please.
Start by opening the action menu in track mode on the target.
Sorry, I jumped the gun. Oh, I also didn't do the thing you told me to. Hang on. Track mode. Do I need to turn my ship back on? Hang on, let's stop shooting. God, the noises are great.
Now select the SGM-225 Hurricane with the weapons list. This will queue up a single missile shot at the target and leave you with an active track selection widget.
Okay.
Multiple missiles can be fired with a single order using the left Alt key. Hold the left Alt key and click on the target to add one more missile per click.
Oh,
The number of queued missiles is shown next to your mouse cursor.
I like it. I also like that there's like
To
little
issue the order, you
things
can
in
either
here.
click the left mouse button with the left Alt key released, or you can press the Enter key. Once you've issued...
Wait, slow down, Lieutenant Hazel. I'm old. Multiple missiles can be fired with a single order using the left Alt key. Hold left Alt, click, issue, blah, blah, blah. You press the Enter key. You can to issue order, you can have left click, the mouse button, left click. Okay, yeah. Once you've issued a launch order, you'll notice the map status to play will show the number of missiles that are being spun up for launch. Once you've issued a launch order, you notice... Okay, yes.
a launch order. You'll notice the mount status display will show the number of missiles that are being spun up for a launch.
Did I fuck it? Oh no, I fucked it. We're not in track anymore. How do I get back to track?
It takes time between when the target is selected and when the missile actually leaves the ship. This warm-up time is when the weapons control system brings the missile online, checks it for errors, establishes a reference frame for the IMU, uploads the target package, and more.
Cool.
Programming time varies by missile type, with more complicated missiles taking more time. The number of missiles that can be warmed up and programmed
Balancing.
at the same time is referred to the ship's maximum salvo size, and it varies from ship to ship based on its configuration. These two frigates each have 4 channels, so 4 missiles can be fired at a time.
Ship's maximum salvo. Number of missiles can be warmed up and programmed at the same time is referred to as the ship's maximum salvo size. Oh, that smoke is nice, by the way. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. And it varies from ship to ship based on its configuration. These 2 frigates have 4 channels, so 4 missiles fired at a time. Cool.
Missiles are one of your most limited and precious resources, second only to the ships themselves.
Okay.
They are extremely powerful, but extremely scarce.
Okay.
You'll need to know when to use them, as it can't be replenished under normal circumstances outside of a port. A
Okay.
frigate like the Rains will be crippled by only 2 or 3 missile hits, but in a real fight, it will often take more than that to penetrate an enemy's point defense,
Yes.
which are a serious threat to Hurricanes as they tend to fly in a direct path. The ANS Dusty Tome is carrying a different missile loadout. Select the ship now so we can take a look at it.
Lieutenant Hazel, I believe I was robbed of my chance because of how I fucked up to actually fire the missiles, and I would like to do that first, because they sound cool.
Missile is away.
No, it's not. Don't you lie to me. You're warming it up, you liar. Ooh. I fired 4, whoopsie. Woo! We like it when this happens. I love the little symbologies on them. Love this game's symbology so far. Beautiful interface. So well done. Impact. With like actual force applied. Satisfying. I love that a game that like this with a concept that is so potentially overwhelmingly complex and complicated. I love how much effort has been put into the interface to make this so playable. It's beautiful. This idiot forgot their pivads. Yeah, where's the space pivads? Where is the space? I won't say the G word. I won't say space, Gavin. Where is the pivads? That's right. This tutorial.
Quiet. Command.
This frigate is carrying
It's too
Thunder,
easy, guys.
active radar-guided missile, which means it carries its own method for finding targets, allowing it to seek targets by itself.
What's pivads? Pivads is the world's greatest piece of military technology. If you ever hear in the news, like, people being like, oh, look out, Russia and China's new hypersonic missiles, they can't get through the pivads. That's all you need to know about it. It's the world's greatest missile defense system. This frigate... It's probably why it isn't in this game, to be too powerful. This frigate is carrying Thunderheads and activated guided missile. Yes, please, give me the
It can be targeted in
AMRAAMs.
the same way as the Hurricane missiles, but once it has
Give me the
left the tube,
SM6.
it's entirely autonomous. When it reaches the end of its path, it will activate its onboard seeker and begin searching for a target.
Okay. When it reaches the end of its path, it will activate its onboard seeker and begin searching for a target. Yes. Interesting. So it's going to program a path to fly to first, not on... I've learned these terms recently, so I'm going to use them very wrong, but so not... It's going to, like, guide itself to a waypoint, to a position, basically, and then it's going to activate its onboard radar. That's very interesting. I look forward to seeing how that actually works.
The greatest
in the
benefit
simulation.
of active missiles is that they can be sent on complex waypoints.
Oh, that's how!
Allowing for
There you
multiple
go!
strikes and even hitting targets behind asteroids.
So it's like an anti-ship
We'll cover
missile,
that
yeah,
when
of
we get to
course.
your advanced missile
Not an
trials.
AMRAAM, I'm thinking of fighter shit too much. It's like an anti-ship missile, so you can... That's cool. That's cool that you actually do this in the game. Of course you can do this in that game, that makes sense. He talks about asteroids.
For now, let's just fire 3 Thunderhead missiles at
Okay.
the target, as we did before with the Hurricanes.
Valar says that thing looks like a Warzone 2100 DOS vehicle. I love that you know that game and have played it. It was a game in my childhood that I thought was so cool. Okay, so yeah, let's do this. Thunderhead. HE-shaped, friend-shaped.
Let's see him try.
As easy as it is to use active radar missiles, there are some downsides to their operation.
I don't believe it, Lieutenant Hazel.
The first is that the missile must find a target within the cone of its seeker in order to track and kill it. This makes evasive maneuvers such as course changes an easy way to defeat active missiles fired at long range, especially against fast-moving targets.
Say that again. The first is the missile must find a target within the cone of its seeker in order to track and kill it. This makes evasive maneuvers such as course changes an easy way to defeat active. Yes, right, because until the sensors go on. Okay, so it's not being guided by the ship's radar until it gets there, like a AMRAAM would. So it's just going purely on its waypoints. So if you fuck that up, it's got nothing to track on once its own radar turns on.
The second shortcoming is that active seekers are easy to decoy with chaff and other countermeasures, meaning more missiles need to be used in order to score a hit, as active missile radars are particularly sensitive to jamming and decoys.
So this is the balance in this game of that then. Okay, cool. Makes sense.
But that should do it for your weapons trial.
Cool.
I'll have Fleet Logistics retrieve the dummy ship, and I recommend looking into all the weapons when you get your chance.
Yes.
I'll see you at the Academy.
Cool. Maxie says, should have fired in the vicinity of the target so we can see it track independently. What do you mean? Boop. Oh. I did not get 100% for efficiency value of missiles this time. I fired one too many. Cool. Very neat so far. Okay. More, please. I'll have to go to the bathroom in a second, but more, please. I have another 13 tutorials to get through. So let's get it going. Extensive damage control training ensures the ship is able to maintain combat capability even under enemy fire. That's gonna be scary. I gotta go to the bathroom first. Hang on. Give me 30 seconds. One sec. I'm back. Okay. Let's do it. This game is so cool so far. I love it. I definitely feel like if I had gotten to this game, I feel like I still would have been able to learn it, but I love it even more because of the place I'm at on the pipeline. The pipeline of rest of my life pre-War Thunder of like DCS number 3 a little bit, and then I guess DCS a little bit, and then War Thunder for a year, and then learning about modern naval warfare last month. And it's like the right place on my pipeline of getting sucked into this stuff to discover this game, I think. Because now I'm pointing at the screen being like, oh yeah! I learned about a thing like that in the real world recently. Yes. Damage control might seem to be a little below your pay grade. Oh, certainly not. But trust me when I say it's one of the most important trials you'll go through. I've asked Parker to get our teams together and they'll be on station to go through simulations and practice. I'll be with you in person again. Hazel, thank you. Please do be.
Alright, ready for something really nerve-wracking?
I am.
For as long as you're out here in space, it's inevitable that you're going to take a few hits over the course of your career.
I think a lot of people are going to die, actually. Seems likely.
In reality, the odds of us coming out unscathed of an engagement are exceedingly low. If you want to stay fit and combat effective, you're going to need to learn how to repair damage. Let's begin. Make
sure to @Beaks and jam me if you guys want to get me to see a chat right now, because I'm so tunneled in on the game right now. But I'm ignoring Philip's one. Like Geek says, when you get into the Gunner Heat PC, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I want to do that.
To start, select the A&S Small Beginnings. I've had my boys set up some simulated scenarios for us to cover.
Thanks, boys.
Just stay cool. You'll start seeing some damage come up.
Okay, I'm not gonna panic.
We're ready whenever you are.
For the purpose of this training exercise, I've just simulated damage in 3 of the Small Beginnings subsystems. Mount 1, the main radar controller, and the Combat Information Center.
Mount 1, the main radar controller, and the combat information. Oh, they got a little... Oh man, that's so cool. They're doing a drill. Okay, so Module 1, show me these things. I want to actually, like... I want to learn how this works. CIC, Mount 1... The main radar controller. Oh, weapons mount 1, that's what she means. I get it now. I just want to make sure I understand this UI before I advance. So yes, mount 1. So you don't see damage here. That's purely what it's up to, I guess. Or that's just to show it can still function, I guess. Simulating a fire. Hang on, I gotta not listen to their panicking anymore. Okay, and is there a way for me to see what this does in this screen without bringing it up? Probably not. Doesn't seem to be. So I just have to remember this is our radar here. Does it correlate to the actual ship itself? Like, these are our main engines at the back, right? Yeah, these are main engines at the back. These are thrusters at the front. Okay, because it's not the radar itself that's right there. It's an internal thing that's like underneath it, so it's like here. Okay. Faster because the fire is burning. I'm so sorry.
In the ship list, you'll notice a number of new icons have appeared.
I have noticed that. There's 2 fires. I don't like that.
The orange number indicates the number of damaged components with active debuffs, which affects the performance of those damaged components.
Oh, there you go. There's an easier way to see it too.
If there's a fire, it will be indicated here. Obviously, a fire in an enclosed space is a serious threat to ship survival.
I bet.
It'll slowly damage the ship over time, and it'll also slow down the working speed of damage control teams.
Oh, we have damage control teams. Let's go.
This red number indicates the components have been damaged to the point where they are no longer functional. This
Oh.
also includes components which have been completely destroyed.
Oh, the CIC is no longer functional. Well, bad news, guys. It was a good stream, but that's that. Alright, no, we're gonna get it back online. We'll get it back
Red
online. The
chevrons
stream can
indicate
go
the ship's
on.
command system are not operational, meaning they are no longer receiving any orders. Open the action menu to see what it looks like. The text in
Cool.
the center of the action menu will display "Not Receiving" when a ship can't receive orders. This is because the CIC, or Combat Information Center, has taken critical damage. You may have warships with backup command systems that allow maneuvering orders to be carried out while the CIC is disabled. This allows you to get your ship to safety and effect repairs. However, this ship isn't fitted with that.
Cool.
Going back to the ship's status display, we can see the damaged components and their locations.
Spacehut says Beagle commits to the bit by ending stream anytime his bridge is hit. If I played this game a lot, I just get like a hotkey where every time I get hit in the CIC on like my main ship, on the one we decided is a flagship, I just start putting static on the screen. I just gonna start acting. Ah! My squeaking chair is the sound of the hydraulics.
By clicking on the status display, we can open the damage control board. Do so now.
Yes. Do so now activates neurons in my brain because of old
The
tutorials.
damage control board will show
Do this
all
now.
the components installed on the ship and their current status.
Oh, look at them go!
You can use the filter buttons at the top to suppress things that you don't want to see.
Little teams going around. Beautiful. We love that. It's like FTL, but I don't have to play it.
The
Okay.
damage control officer will automatically prioritize repairs based on how important a component is. For example, your reactor and CIC are going to be priority 1, as they're critical to the operation of the ship. If you have your own priorities, you can click on one of the items on the board to prioritize it manually. Prioritized items are highlighted in blue. Keep in mind that changing priorities frequently can cause teams to move around a lot, which wastes valuable time that could be used for repairs.
Cool.
Damage control teams are stationed in a DC locker and will move from there when damage is taken. It'll take time for repairs to start, as the teams need to get themselves and their tools to the casualty. You
Cool.
can see the progress of the damage control teams by the gauge filling up on their token. Hazards like fires are their first priority, before they'll begin repairing actual damage, as
Cool.
these can deal damage over time. The important thing to remember is that once a component has taken damage below 90%, it can never be fully repaired back to 100%. Maximum repair is 10% more than the lowest integrity level the component had at the time of repairs.
Very interesting system. Cool. Also makes fires even more dangerous. The gauge is a little small, but I see it. Yep.
We'll let your teams work before we continue.
Oh, and they can work together on the same thing? No, only one of them is working at a time? Well, if you're idle, buddy... Oh, because you can't fix the CIC because the CIC got down to 5%. Very interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. Cool mechanic. Not overcomplicated to what it needs to be, but
Let's do 2 more drills.
yeah,
The first
provides
is a
gameplay
component
impact. Love it.
restoration exercise.
component restoration. Okay.
The CIC is now destroyed.
Oh,
with
shit.
the integrity at 0%. Repair teams won't begin repairs to get it operational again, without you explicitly telling them to do so.
Interesting.
You'll need to get it repaired. In the damage control board, find the CIC and use left shift plus left click to order your repair teams to start working on it. Once it's repaired, the ship will be able to receive orders again.
Okay, so you can't put them above 10% of what they went to, but if they get completely destroyed,
This
you
must be done
can...
manually, because restoring a component is a time and equipment intensive process.
Okay.
The equipment to do so is stored in the DC locker, and each locker only holds enough materials for 1 or 2 restorations.
So this is Tarkov first aid and this is Tarkov surgery kits. I don't know why I can't just talk normally and I have to reference everything to whatever game I've played, but it just makes it easier for me.
Although the CIC is disabled and this ship can't receive orders to move or fire, you will always be able to prioritize damage control to attempt repairs.
Okay.
But this means that your repair teams are extremely vulnerable.
Oh,
They're moving
yeah.
into parts of the ship that are actively taking enemy fire and could very well be killed.
So the solution is to have a lot of damage control teams. No, the solution...
If all the personnel on a team are killed in action, you'll lose the team completely. If you run out of repair teams, you won't be able to repair at all. You can't replenish teams outside of a port, so keep that in mind.
Okay, yeah, just have like 50 teams, no problem.
We'll wait for your teams to finish their work, then we'll continue. Now that the CIC is restored, the Small Beginnings is ready to receive orders again.
Great.
After the teams reboot all of the computers, that is. Lastly, we'll do
Of
something
course.
a little dangerous, a catastrophic scenario.
Okay.
Most component damage is localized, and will only affect the part of the ship where the damage was received. On the other hand, catastrophic scenarios are situations which, left unchecked, will eventually take the whole ship down.
Oh, so the fire won't spread and take the whole ship down? Like the fire will just fuck that component up? Like it won't do your ship's overall hull, I guess?
These situations include reactor overloads, magazine explosions, and fuel line fires, just to name a few.
Oh god, magazine explosions. Now we're going back to Battletech.
Your repair teams will automatically move to prevent catastrophic damage, so there's not much you can do except watch. Just get a feel for what it will look like. Your damage control officer will always prioritize repairs for a situation like this. The ship's survival always comes first.
Yeah.
Notice the flashing warning icon in the ship's list.
Oh.
Below the icon is an estimated countdown before the situation gets out of control. If you don't know what's wrong, you can hover over the warning icon to see a tooltip.
Oh
Out of
god,
all
fix
the
it, fix
catastrophic
it.
damage you might see, reactor overloads are the most deadly. Your teams know how to work with a damaged reactor, but fires and other hazards can make it a nearly impossible task to complete.
Okay.
Should the reactor go critical, you'll see a reactor bloom with a blast radius of about 1.5 kilometers. Standard doctrine states to move all of the friendly warships out of the danger radius of the ship with an impending reactor overload. Be careful around enemy wrecks as well. Your weapons could have damaged the reactor housings, and you'll get little to no warning before they go off.
Oh, that's so sick.
But Commander, that's it for your damage control trials.
So what's gonna
Keep
happen?
an eye on your teams and be smart about their movements, and you'll come out just fine.
Oh, they're gonna do
Remember,
it.
the ship's survival always comes first.
Cool. Like all of that. Very interesting, very cool. Oh, you can have crew abandoned ship. Cool. Yep. Like all of that. Very, very nice. Very, very cool. Appreciating what is happening to an exceptional degree. Next, please. Let me slurp up more of this. Sensors of electronic warfare. Yes! Let's learn about radars! Is something wrong with me as a person? I don't know, I just considered that, like... I don't know, like, you start as a child and you're like, let's go, Spider-Man's at my birthday party, let's go! I don't know, like, I'm here, I'm 34, and I'm reading, let's learn about sensors of electronic warfare. I'm like, yeah, let's go! I don't know, like, is that the right reaction? Know thy enemy. Not so low says, no, you're very base and you should indulge this urge. This is what I meant by this game has come along at the right time for me, I think. Know thy enemy. Intelligence can win battles before even a shot is fired. Lloyd Boy says, woohoo, ECM at my birthday. In understanding the intricacies of sensors and how one is seen by the enemy is the real test of skill. Oh yeah. Introduce me to the onion in space. The survivability Shrek onion. I won't waste your time. EOR is not simple as neither is sensors. There's so many intricate little details when it comes to intelligence of radar, but thankfully you have me as your instructor. Thank you, Lieutenant Hazel. I think you've been doing a great job so far. Great teacher. Close this. I don't know about this shit.
It's critical for you to understand your sensors and the things that affect them.
Please.
As they act as your eyes in the battle space. After all, you can't shoot what you can't see.
Yeah, and as we saw before, it's not totally optimal to, like, turn out of the hatch and have a guy in a spacesuit with binoculars guiding the shot, so yeah.
But
this
now it's
sounds
time
good.
to learn how they actually work. How to evade detection while spotting the enemy, and how to fool your opponent is absolutely paramount to a successful engagement. Let's begin.
Oh, I can skip this one, guys. I know, just notch. Just just fly sideways. That's probably gonna be the key.
Select the ANS Small Beginnings.
Just notch in space.
Waiting order.
The first thing we'll talk about is your signature size and methods of signature control.
Okay.
Active sensors like radar detect enemy ships by bouncing radio waves off of them.
Yes.
The physical size of your ship, combined with the angle of surface and the cross-sectional area from the viewing angle, affect the size of the returned energy.
If you mean to tell me, Lieutenant Hazel, that that is properly modeled in this fucking game, then you also mean to tell me that there are going to be ships that are, like, stealth-coded and stealth... No, you didn't say the type of surface, you just said the angle of the surface. So you mean to tell me that different shapes in this game are probably going to be stealth-coded, which is interesting.
In other words, the same ship will appear on sensors at a longer range if its broadside is facing the enemy versus being bow on. The smallest radar cross-section for the Rain's frigate, for example, is from above and below the port and starboard stern.
Port and starboard stern. Oh my god, I've never been on a boat in my life. The fuck did she just say? From above... Smallest RCS for the Rains is from above and below the port and starboard stern. Okay. Port... Starboard... Stern? Stern is front? Yes? No, I know port and starboard. Just stern is front? No, bow is front. No, I'm an idiot. Stern is rear. Bow is front. Because you bark from it. Bow, 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 wow. I'm fucking cooked. Bow is front because you bow towards the front. That's probably a better way to think of it. Diagonally looking it down on it from behind. Keel is bottom. Yeah, because I'm going to keel haul you by sitting on you. Okay, so wait, where is she telling me about? I want to see this. From above and below the port and starboard stern. What in the goddamn would that mean directionally? Above, like here. Here? What? Above and below left and right rear area. Wouldn't the lowest RCS be here? Wait, is she talking about like the ship total? I'm just assuming she means like the shape. Oh, I guess I see what she's saying. No, because it's a very flat surface. Oh, look, I'm not a smart man. I'm not gonna pretend to know how fucking exactly how radar stealth works. You know what? I'm just gonna let Lieutenant Hazel tell me about it.
You can see the size of your signature by hovering over the signature summary on the ship information bar.
Okay, signature increased. I wish my Twitch streaming signature would increase. I'm a very stealthy streamer. My RCS is very small on the Twitch directories.
There are other contributing factors to the size of your signature, including what modules are active and how many ships are nearby.
Okay. I need to put some more exposed rivets in my Twitch stream.
Right now, there is another ship nearby, which is boosting the size of the radar return and making it so the enemy can see us at a longer range.
I don't like that, Lieutenant Hazel.
Let's lower our footprint. Move the small beginnings more than 250 meters away from the dusty tome, so you won't contribute to each other's signatures. Don't move towards the enemy. We want to keep our current range.
Okay. Does this change your facing? It looks like by default, maybe? I'm not sure.
If you hover over the signature summary with your mouse, you will see the nearby ships modifier is gone, reducing our overall footprint.
Oh, isn't that cute?
It's good, but we'll need to do better if we want to hide ourselves from the enemy.
Yeah, because I've turned side on like a fucking idiot.
On the ship list, the yellow icon indicates that the ship is spotted by the enemy's sensors and is being tracked. Similarly, a red crosshair here would show that the ship is locked by the enemy's fire control radar.
Okay.
We have a good set of tools to reduce our radar footprint even further. Let's see what we can do to shake the enemy off.
Please.
This switch will toggle our radar systems off, greatly reducing our footprint.
Which switch? I feel like a switch is meant to be being pointed at right now. Maybe that's the thing that's breaking in the console. This switch. Which switch? Boop. I'm gonna guess it's that switch.
This switch disables our communication suites, which can provide a modest reduction in our signature size.
Yeah, there's probably meant to be like an interface that's like broken. That's what that console crash stuff was about before. Okay, communication suites, yes. So this is large, this is modest.
Go ahead and turn off both of these now, and see how it affects our signature size.
It's dropped it by a fucking kilometer, I think, Lieutenant Hazel. That's quite a lot.
You may be surprised to see that even with your radars off, you are still seeing tracks.
I'm not.
This is because the ANS Dusty Tome still has the radars and comms on, and is transmitting tracks to the small beginnings, sharing their own data.
Oh, you fucking snitch!
Hover over Signature Summary with your mouse to see how changing these emission settings altered your signature.
Quite a lot.
If you didn't move too close to the enemy, you'll notice the yellow icon indicating the ship is being tracked has disappeared. If you're still being tracked, it might be because your hull is at an angle that maximizes radar reflections.
It absolutely is.
Even then, a lower signature size reduces the distance at which the enemy can detect you, even if you are well inside their maximum sensor range.
Yes.
Disabling emissions also has the added benefit of making you undetectable by passive sensors. Passive radar sensing is typically able to detect you 125% further away from your maximum radar range, so being invisible to it has an obvious benefit.
Let me read that again. Added benefit making you undetectable by passive sensors. Ah, yes, because that's like your RWR. That's like you... Sorry, I only know in fucking aviation terms. So that's like you detecting that I'm detecting you.
The downside, of course, is that turning off your radars means you can't detect threats as easily.
Naturally.
Similarly, disabling comms means that the ship is no longer transmitting any tracks it sees to friendly ships in the fleet. Ships with their comms off will still be able to receive tracks from other transmitting ships, so they can act as a silent shooter.
Okay, so we can receive... Okay.
Go ahead and re-enable both the
it is a
radar
good
and the
thing.
communications on the small beginnings.
Data link is a good thing. We can
Now
have
it's
an
time to
AWAC ship.
experience what having your sensors jammed feels like.
Oh, Lieutenant Hazel, I'm not ready.
Being jammed.
Confusing,
Restarting
right?
protocols.
I don't love it. I don't love that, no. I feel like if this was in some kind of multiplayer environment, I'd be having a little shit of myself at the moment.
The enemy jammer is
That's
saturating
cool.
our radar with radio waves, making it difficult for our systems to find legitimate contacts. This noise of contacts is what we are seeing, instead of the real radar picture.
Is that not just cool as fuck? That this game is about this? I think this is cool as fuck.
Notice that we lost track of the ship in front of us, but the one on the right is still clear as day. This is because jamming only affects the area around the direction that is being jammed. Keep this in mind when you're trying to use jamming to protect your own ships.
Only affects... Let me read the rules as written there again, Lieutenant Hazel. Jamming only affects the area around a direction that is being jammed. The area around the direction is throwing me here. So I think she just means it only affects what it's being pointed at, right? It only affects the area around the direction. What does that mean? Am I stupid? That is flashbang in my brain. It only affects the area around the direction. I think she's just saying that the direction you jam in, it's directional. Yeah. That just confused the fuck out of me. Am I the only one who finds that a confusing way to write that?
We do have a tool available that can be used in a pinch, the burn-through sweep.
Oh.
Not all radar modules have this, but allows for a short, high-powered sweep in all directions.
Oh.
To execute the burn-through sweep, open the action menu and select the BRN, or burn-through command, on the top.
Okay.
Then, as quickly as you can, attempt to lock the target. You can use the X key for the lock-on shortcut.
Interesting. I'm gonna need a...
Burn-through sweep
Picture
will
of
show
all my
a unique
hotkeys.
icon for detected targets, making it easier to spot the target through the noise. The icon will linger for about 30 seconds.
Oh, that's
each time you
plenty.
Lock on. Locked targets are much less susceptible to being lost through jamming.
That's plenty. I'm gonna need one of those... Any of you old enough to have played games that used to come with those little cutouts that you would place over your keyboard? So, like, it would fit over your keys, and it would be like, it would go over your F1 key, F2, and it would have, like, labels for what everything did. That was the coolest thing, and we don't get that anymore, because you don't get physical boxes anymore. Wasn't that shit cool? That was a great way to learn games. I love that. Vidan says, I feel like this game needs a command crew multiplayer mode to handle all this. Okay, so, hang on, I need... Wait, no, I need to do burn through.
Understood.
That's your motherfucker.
Target.
That's cool!
Enemy has jammers.
Yeah, you bet they do.
That's it.
What's the
Most
downside
the
of
time
burn
you'll be
through?
able to
Does it have a
maintain fire
cooldown?
control lock in spite of jamming. But keep in mind that jamming power stacks. So a fleet with enough jammers active at the same time will break any lock.
Yeah. Well, just tell me if I could look. Cool.
Because burn-through sweeps use a much higher power
So it
up,
prevents you from acquiring
also
most of
have
the
added
time.
benefit of being able to spot smaller, weaker contacts at a greater range. This is useful for finding small scout ships or approaching missiles.
Burn through sweeps use how output. Added benefit being able to spot smaller, weaker contacts at greater range. Okay. It's ISORing in a direction. Didn't she say it's 360? Actually, I don't know. So why don't we burn through all the time again? What is the downside of it? I'd like to learn.
The downside is that the higher power output runs the risk of causing damage to the amplifiers every time you use it.
Oh
Be
shit!
careful not to burn out your radars.
Oh fuck.
Your other option for burning through jamming is simply to get closer to the enemy, brute forcing your way in. Just try not to get sunk in the process.
Gosh.
Jamming the enemy ourselves can be as easy as right-clicking their track and selecting our jammers with the EW weapons menu. However, these targets are far enough apart that they won't both be covered by the cone centered on only one of them.
Yes.
The ANS Dusty Tome is carrying a blanket radar jammer. We'll use that to jam both targets by catching them both in the jammer's cone of effect by targeting a position between both contacts.
Yes.
You can target a weapon on a position in space by opening the action menu by right-clicking in open space instead of on a track, and use the sphere widget to target a position between the two contacts. Remember to use the tactical view, as it will give you precise bearings for positional targeting.
I am not going to remember all these hotkeys, but we'll learn it a little bit at a time. I don't know how many ships are usually played in the multiplayer or like the meta of this game, but I do hope it's not too many, and like that I can even like play 1 or 2 at first just to get used to things. Because goodness me, I'm not going to be able to command a large fleet of this at first, but that's to be expected. Okay.
When in the tactical view, you'll see each track's position projected onto the sphere of the widget. To blind both of them, aim for a point between those two projected positions. Remember that you can change the radius of the widget by holding left control and drawing the radius in or out.
Okay. People usually bring 2 to 6 ships each. That's cool. Fleets are hardlocked from 1 to 10 ships, most fleets are 2 to 4. Cool. That sounds manageable, especially with the speed of this game. So I wanted to do, was it EW, Electronic Warfare, for jamming? Jammer. Okay. Lock azimuth. Hold on, motherfucker. How does Daddy do this? That's the range of the sphere.
By the numbers.
How do I make it go up? Oh, I am making it go up. I forgot how this works. Where is the outer limits of the cone, the left and right of it? I'm not seeing that.
Blinding them.
Okay, you don't get a preview of that, you just see it.
Stand
And like that, they can't see us anymore, just like what happened to us. But they can also use the same tactics like burn-throughs or approaching us to sift through the jamming.
Interesting, there's no preview. You'd think there'd be a preview for that.
While jamming power is additive, it is not linear. The more jamming signals that are present
That's
in
probably
an area,
good.
the more they begin to create
There was a
destructive
favorite sphere. I didn't
interference
see
and
that.
cancel each other out. Think of it like diminishing returns.
That's probably good for balance.
Even if you don't successfully jam the enemy's tracking of your ships, an active jamming signal will still reduce their sensor accuracy.
Oh.
This is particularly devastating for point defenses, which are shooting at very small, very fast targets, and therefore require great accuracy.
Oh, that's really mean. It's just like suppression as well. You're suppressing, your radar suppressing an area, and you're fucking up the accuracy of their shit.
Using standoff jamming in coordination with your missile salvos will make them devastatingly effective. Let's try it.
Let's try it. I like your attitude.
Fire off the missile salvo at the enemy ship ahead, and see how their defenses react with your jammer active. Watch how erratically the enemy defenses are firing. Point defense requires pinpoint precision, which your jamming is preventing by flooding their sensors with far too many false contacts. When using jamming to cover a missile attack, you'll still need to watch out for airburst point defenses like flak guns, as they don't require much accuracy.
That is a cool way to balance pinpoint like machine gun PD and even missile PD versus flak. That's a cool idea.
Most importantly, the blanket jammer has a 90-second firing time. This is to prevent the amplifiers from overheating and being damaged.
Oh, did I take too long? Uh-oh, I took too long.
Ready. Buzzer on.
However, there are times where you absolutely have to be able to use the system, or you'll lose the ship. In that case, you might not care whether the module destroys itself. This is what Battle Short is for. Select the ANS Dusty Tome if it isn't already.
Uh-huh.
This is the toggle for the Battle Short mode. When this is on, all equipment safeties are disabled, and the equipment will continue to run until it destroys itself.
Woo!
Reserve it for emergency use, where you'll hear an endless litany of profanity from the damage control officer. When Battle Short is enabled, active components with active duration timers will periodically be damaged. However, they will only begin taking damage when they exceed their normal firing time.
Okay. Cool. Like
One
you
last
said, I've
thing
heard
to
of this.
note
This is
is
a real
that
thing in
most
ships.
electronic
Cool.
warfare modules are single-cycle systems. That means they won't repeatedly fire on the same target after their cooldown period, and you'll need to designate a new target every time the system comes off cooldown.
Okay.
Jamming is an extremely powerful tactic when used at the right time. Use it to cover your retreat, confuse enemy fire, cover your missiles, and anything else you can think of.
I guess you could jam, autonomous, what do they call them in this game? But you know what I mean, like, active guided missiles as well.
With that out of the way, that should do it for sensors and EWAR. I hope I made it easy to follow, because the guidebooks on these are nightmarish.
Oh, it was very easy.
I'll see you back at the academy.
I'm just sad I'm not going to get to actually do this, because it's going to exit automatically. I wanted to actually shoot them, because I fucked up, because I took too long. But I get the idea, that's cool. Interesting. Very cool, well explained, I like it. Next. Advanced maneuvering. There's more to just shorter in a ship than where to position itself. Rolling, establishing orbits and strafe and open opportunities. Yes. Yes. We'll wrap up your movement trials with a quick rundown of other maneuvers taken straight from the handbook, with a few of my own thrown in for good measure. What a great tutorial so far. This is great. I'm ignoring all that stuff down there.
Space is vast, Commander. There's usually no cover, and if you're lucky, you can see a threat coming kilometers away. Knowing how to move your ship is one thing, but knowing the right maneuver will make sure you come out on top. You can definitely make it out of a fight in one piece without using advanced maneuvers, but you'll see quite a good drop in repairs if you employ them correctly.
I imagine.
Before we get started, let's order the Dusty Tome to enter formation with the small beginnings, so we can see how these commands affect other ships in the formation when issued to the guide ship.
I remember how to do that, of course. When we get started, we want the Dusty Tome to enter formation with the guide ship. Okay. And that, of course, is like this, that, and I want to be... That's 44. Okay, I want to be like at least... Did you say it was a K? Or do we want to be close together for PD? She said it was a K for if you get a reactor blow. So I should be like 1.3 away.
Joining the formation.
I think she said it was a kilometer if your reactor blows. Unless it is at least 250 meters away to prevent higher signature. Okay. I mean, that's going to take forever. I shouldn't have done that far for right now. It's 1.5 for Stackpole? Okay. Well, you know what? Let's just, like... Actually... Let's just keep it simple for today.
Now let's try our first new command. Select the ANS Dusty Tome and open the action menu. All of the commands we'll learn about in this lesson can be found under the Move submenu.
Okay.
The ALD, or Assume
Yeah, that
Lead
makes sense,
command,
Fundoobie, that's what I
allows
was
the formation
thinking.
that this ship is in to restructure itself with the selected ship as the new guide ship. Issue this order now.
Warming up.
It's not uncommon for the guide of the formation to come under
Okay.
fire first, as it's usually the most important ship, making it a prime target. Should it become disabled, its escorts will hold position around it.
Love that.
Sometimes you want them to hold the line, but there's other times that you need to sacrifice that disabled ship to save the others. When you have a large formation, the Assume Lead command will save you precious time reorganizing the formation around a new ship that can lead the survivors to safety. It's a lifesaver, literally.
Very good. Wish every game had shit this
Since
nice to
Dusty
the
Tome
player.
is the guide now. Let's keep it selected and start covering the rest of the orders. Open the action menu and the Move submenu.
So nice to play a game that cares about the player and has all this put into it and isn't just like, oh, here's mechanics, if I fucking figure it out. Like, having these kinds of command options is just beautiful. So, keep selected, covering the rest of the orders, open action menu, and the Move submenu, yes.
We'll first cover the ORB, or Orbit command.
Please.
This command is useful for keeping your ships moving continuously around a target, without having to make hard direction changes constantly. Select it now, but don't issue the order yet.
Okay.
This is a two-stage command, just like the formations. The first task is to select the orbit anchor, or the position the ships will travel around. Let's set our anchor near the enemy target.
We can do that.
Once you have selected the orbit anchor, we'll determine the radius and the angle of the orbit. Notice that when you change the angle of the sphere widget, a dotted line now appears. The dotted line denotes the actual path that the ships will follow. The arrow near your cursor denotes the direction that they will fall along the path. This is determined by the side of the sphere your cursor is on relative to your ship. Go ahead and issue the order now. Make sure there are no obstacles in the path. The circle will turn red if the ship might hit something in its orbit.
Moving out.
Sorry, I missed one bit of information. The arrow near your cursor denotes the direction they will follow along that path. Ah, this is determined by the side of the sphere your cursor is relative to the ship. Ah, yes, okay, cool. Neat. I read that as Busty Tome for a second there. It's a little bit of a different ship name. Milan's, it's time to ponder my orbit. Apparently I'm on a development building. That must be why this stuff's coming out down in the bottom left. I wonder if that's intentional, like just how early access works for this game, or if it's an accidental flag they got left on for the update. Probably just intentional. Devil is always there? Yeah. That makes sense. It relaxes me how slow the movement speed is in this game. Gives you time to actually think about things. I appreciate that. Oh, I can like take my hands off the keyboard and mouse for a second. I can just sit. Ah, pacing. Maybe I set the orbit too close. I just realized actually it's going to take a while to get there. They wanted me to be anchored within 1 kilometer of the target. Is there like just a quick ruler so I can see how close you are to me?
Go ahead, Command.
I mean, yeah, so 2.8. So I'm still pretty far away. Sentinel D says, you won't have that luxury in real battles, Beagle. Watch me when I do nothing. Then I'll have that luxury all the time. Meanwhile, I can read some other stuff while I'm waiting for us to get there. Weapons control. Controls the ability to release weapons. Set to hold to be able to issue the ship target orders without actually firing. Weapons will bear on target but only fire when set to tight or free. When set to free, ships will automatically return fire if non-missile weapons are on targets that are firing at them. But never fire on their own. Interesting. That's your crew, not just your damage control. I wonder how your crew numbers relate to how well your shit runs. Like, assumedly the less crew you have, the less anyone can get anything done. Like, it's a global debuff or something. 58 souls in that thing, yeah. It's a very useful game to me to be playing right now for research quotes, because like I said, I've been recently sizing larger ships in B mode in the freelancer mod I make, and me and Milo and me make. And I was looking at just these kinds of things of like, how big should a frigate be? How big should a destroyer be? How many people should be inside one? I don't know, Beagle, why don't we ask Nebulous Fleet Command, the game that has clearly spent a very long time thinking about that, and just maybe end up agreeing. Good work, Nebulous Fleet Command. I'm not copying your homework. I like the noises, I like the little subtle effects, I like the starscape, that's nice. Like, I like that, like, it's kind of like real inky black, but also you've got like these nice pretty nebulas to give it some color. That's a big rock, by the way. Marsha says you might need to set the orbit command again. The orbit anchor needs to be within 1 kilometer of the target. Yeah, good call. Let's do that. Because I'm actually kind of curious what we're doing right now. Oh, so we are entering the orbit. I see. Ah, yeah, and you're right. It's not quite where it should be. It needs to be a little bit closer. It was orb. Pondering my orb. I hope I learn a way to, like... it's probably asking too much for the interface. To be like, oh, you know, how close is this point from that thing? But I think beyond the tutorial itself, that probably doesn't matter as much. No, I guess that would matter. How do I go higher? This is not what I want. Hang on. Move. Orb. How do I go up? That's pan camera. Control. That's it. I remember, because it's got the tooltip right there. I didn't remember at all. That's a fucking lie. The tooltip reminded me. Okay, maybe orbiting like right on them.
You can open fire on the target you're orbiting to see how your guns will behave. The real utility of the orbit command is that it keeps your ships moving while keeping a side facing the target on the inside, allowing most weapons a good angle at the target.
Oh, so actually what you were probably expecting me to do here was to orbit the target. The Lieutenant Hazel told me to orbit near the target. So I didn't think of it as Lieutenant Hazel wanted me to orbit the target for this demonstration. I understand now. That probably she was talking about orbiting it.
If you just drive a course, you'll eventually have to turn your ships around, or you'll lose the target behind an obstacle, or just slowly start to mask certain weapons as the angle increases. This will cost you valuable time while the turrets swing around. Orbits help prevent this. The downside, of course, is that your ships will be exposing the same armor to the enemy constantly, allowing them to whittle it down before they lay in heavy munitions. You'll also be presenting a good angle for radar returns, meaning you might be an easier target.
Indeed.
You can orbit this target as long as you like, and play with the weapons. When you're ready, issue a drive course order to get our ships heading off into open space, so we can try the remaining commands.
Okay, we can just do a little bit of a shooty. Just a little bit.
It'll be done, Commander.
Just don't shoot each other.
Engaging target.
Remember my up-down. I gotta rebind that. Maybe I'll do that now. Whatever QZ is, I'm going to change that to E and C. I want to switch them around. So what is Q and Z right now? Q is like that track thing. Z is prioritized PD target. If I could change that to C. Thank you. I could change that to E. I'll have a game that tells me what my double up controls are. Thank you very much. And this is how I usually fly helicopters and stuff. Oh, did I do that wrong? Hang on, I did that wrong. I must have done that wrong. Oh no, that's just unbound in general. Again, Z is prioritized PD target. What is Q? Did I see a Q? Well, we'll just set it again and see. Camera truck up, because it actually shows me. I can just go like this. Okay. Z is, we're gonna change it to C. And then what is this? Hook track. Okay. I'm gonna apply that. I'm gonna check nothing else is broken. Very good. Actually don't like that. I probably would like... because I'm not flying helicopter. Because these days I do space and control, I forgot. But I'm not going to do control, because control is going to be a modifier key, no doubt. Maybe I should stick with E and C. I'm not going to be happy no matter what I pick, I think. Q and Z is like when I used to play armor back in the day, but it actually doesn't feel good anymore. These days I use space to go up. But I don't know what I'd use to go down, because usually I use control to go down, but that's going to be a modifier key, which is going to be annoying. Surely control is going to be used for a lot of things. Yeah. So that's... I mean, obviously I could do a complete rebind, but... See you, Veilhauer. Thanks for being here. Shift. Shift is going to be used for everything as a modifier, too. Space to go up. I could do space to go up, and I could do... because this is actually less comfortable. I could do space to go up. What could I use to go down? I could just try Z to go down still. Hang on. That means that this becomes space, and I need to set tactical mode to Q. Is that going to be okay? Yeah, I think I could work with that. Z is a bit awkward there, to be honest, but I think I can work with it. It's like, gonna fuck up my muscle memory forever games, but I think I can do it. It's more comfortable than E and C was, definitely. Okay. Let's drive course. Enough having fun with them.
Commander.
Drive course.
Heading there now, Commander.
Freedom. Okay, I feel more capable of moving around now, yeah. Oh, you're like shooting holes straight through that damn thing. It's a bad day to be the shaky divide. Goodness. Oh my god. Oh, and like our drive trail is going through you. That's so cute. Our wake, our ship wake. Are you guys going? Or did I fucky it uppy? Oops. Shaky divide fans in shambles. Yeah, we're going. Oh, I think I did it wrong because one of you is
5 by 5.
One of you is guiding, one isn't.
Aye aye, forming up.
Yeah, I told them to break formation. Whoopsie. Now I've ruined everything. Fuck. I keep pressing this button now. Oh, is that what that does? Oh, it like... it's like a bookmark system almost. That's interesting. Cool. I just gotta get used to my new buttons now, as you can see. I keep hitting my new hook track button. Issue drive course order formation to continue. Let's try it again.
Standing by. Moving to that position.
That has worked this time. We're going to space. I mean, we're in space, but we're going to space more. Teammates are cool at tracks and multiplayer. That's cool. It's like the doors having numbers in Space Beast Terra Fright. You guys can stop shooting now. Have I ruined the programmed flow of this tutorial now by fucking up? I've issued a drive course order of the formation, but I'm not continuing. Make the ship assume lead.
Awaiting orders, Commander.
Okay. I should... which one is in the lead?
direct,
Dusty has to be in the lead.
Warming up.
That might help. Dusty is the formation guide. Drive course.
Moving out.
All right. Two more
Yes,
commands
that
to
was it,
cover.
you're right.
Both are very situational, but you'll be glad you've got them in your tool belt. Better to have it than not have it at all.
Yes.
Open the action menu to the Move submenu and locate the HDG or heading command.
Yes.
The distance you draw the sphere widget out to doesn't matter here, as we're picking a direction instead of a position. Select a direction that is different from the course the formation is currently driving.
Oh, we strafing?
Roger that.
Notice how the entire formation is turning to face that direction, but continue to move along in its ordered course. A modified movement order like this is indicated with a blue box around the movement status icon.
Wait. Notice how the entire formation is turning to face that direction, but continuing to move along its ordered course. Blue box around the movement status icon. Did I do that right? Because I don't see that. Dusty Tome is doing that in a really fucking cool looking way, honestly. Oh yeah, I see. It's because you were
Normally your
highlighting
ships
it. I
will
see it now.
turn into any course they are following, as this allows them to use their main engines and provides the best acceleration.
I bet.
However, when withdrawing under fire, this can expose the main engines, and especially the drive module and the reactor, directly to enemy fire. The hold heading order is useful to keeping the bow pointed towards the enemy, protecting your most vital components during retreat.
And it also lets you pick the Chad option, which is nice.
To cancel a hold heading, as well as the next command we'll talk about, use the CLR or clear command under the move submenu. Clear the heading hold now.
Send your traffic.
CLR, you mean Chad? I think you mean
The last command we'll cover
CHD.
is the ROL, or roll command. We'll do this for the ANS small beginnings this time. Select the ship and select the order now.
Send your traffic.
The roll command will allow you to select a new
Whoa.
direction for the ship to use as its up direction.
Oh my god.
Move the mouse around the widget and click the left mouse button to select a new up direction.
We getting crazy around here.
Ordering a ship to roll may seem trivial, but like I've said, your radar panels may get taken out by enemy fire. If this is a scout or a spotting ship and it needs to provide targeting data right now, rolling the ship over to expose the functioning panels may be necessary.
Alacritus says, for some reason you can't hold heading towards track, which is annoying. That does sound annoying.
Also notice that the small beginnings rolled independently of the guide ship, but is still keeping formation. A
Cool.
roll order can also be cancelled with the clear command. And that's it. It may seem simple, but if you use any of these
Oh,
matrix
that I
files,
see.
you'll start seeing a difference.
This is what they meant.
I'll
Not
see you in the
CRL.
academy.
I'm dyslexic. They meant CLR, not CRL. They were right. Thank you. Okay, I get it. We got there. Nusselin says, yes, you can do that. That was added in a recent minor update. Face hitting the track, that is. Oh, lovely. Good to hear. Alright, we've learned that. We're almost done with the Basic Fleet Academy. Now we have to learn anti-ship missile defenses. We've learned how to fire them, now it's time to learn how to survive them. Knowing how to effectively defend your ships against missile attacks or turn your fleet from a soft target to a flying fortress. Let's go. Damages says having a clear and a CRL is both confusing. Yeah, but I see now why, because those two are on the left, they're separate, so like, space-wise, they've at least made it clear that one's different than the other, which I appreciate. Like, one's in the main menu and one's in a tab on its side. So good for them. I like the layout. Oh, good. We're actually getting something big. Sorry, my size queening came out there. I was like, whoa, heavy cruiser. I was very subconscious. Mark 66 cannon, VLS launcher, Mark 68 cannon, 2 VLS 146 launchers. That is a lot of tubes. Aurora PDT, RF-101 Bullseye radar, which is I think exactly what we had before. The number might be different. Bullseye, I believe it was. 3 Mark 20 Defender PDT. Ah. Okay, interesting. Commander, excuse the break in tradition here. Hazel's on the ship getting everything ready for your defensive missile trail. Oh, this is from Talon Meadows. So I'm sending you a quick rundown. Simply put, there's a lot of stuff that the Naval Office issues to the fleets to keep us from getting turned into a very expensive statistic. Ranges from active countermeasures to point defense weapons, and any commander worth their salt needs to know how to actually use them. Report to the terminal on board your vessel. Hazel will take it from there. Thanks, T. Meadows. Get ready, Beagle. It's the Shelter Alliance's greatest
Alright,
defense
Commander.
system.
Now it's time to turn the tables. We've been
Oh, look at
on the
those
giddy
guns!
for all of these lessons so
Just a
far.
fucking
If
battleship.
you don't know how to defend your fleet, you might as well not be in command.
Oh my god, the USS Iowa is back. We going back to fucking artillery era. Yes, apparently we're coexisting in space with, like fucking 16-inch guns and... and, missiles. That's interesting. Someone said it before, but yeah, it's that thing, that British newspaper article. The British Navy is spending your taxpayer money on a 5-inch gun. That's smaller than a toothbrush.
Defending against anti-ship missiles is a complex topic, and I can't possibly cover everything in the course of this lesson. But at the very least, I'll get you started.
Screaming probably helps.
I've placed 3 markers for the course we'll travel along for this to work best.
Okay.
Go ahead and set waypoint course from Atlas, where we are now, to Boxer and Comet. If you reach the end at any point, just plot a new path in the reverse order.
Okay.
Center traffic.
From Atlas to Boxer and Comet. Okay. I'm gonna have to be a little bit faster here. I'm gonna break everything. And we want to go pause. Oh, in reverse order. I'm so sorry. I fucked it up. I fucked it up again. I'm so sorry.
Moving out.
I can fix that. I can fix that, I've decided.
Moving out.
I've also
Yeah.
disabled your offensive weapons, so you don't accidentally, or on purpose, destroy the shooter or spotter ships I'll be controlling, as well as a few other systems that we'll unlock as we go over them.
Okay.
And don't worry, everything I'm going to fire at you are inert training missiles, with no warhead. Let's
Thanks.
begin. It might
Oh,
seem
let's close
ridiculous
this.
to say, but a lot of people don't consider that the best way to defend against missiles is to simply not be where the enemy has fired them at. The ship I'll be firing from is about 17 kilometers away. With the speeds these missiles travel at, it'll
No,
take
it's
them
not.
about 75 seconds to reach their acquisition range.
Oh, she probably doesn't mean that one. That's a
When a
spotter.
missile is fired at a track, the target's last known position and velocity are programmed into the missile immediately before launch, so it can figure out how to lead the target.
Inertial.
The good news is that 75 seconds is a lot of time for us to not be where the missile thinks we're going to be when it starts its search.
Yes.
Gotcha.
When we
5
talk
by
about
5.
ASMD, we group defensive measures into two categories, soft kill and hard kill.
ASMD, anti-ship missile defense.
We'll talk about soft kill first, as it pairs very well with the evasive maneuvers we'll do for this first salvo. The rightmost set of buttons on the ship information bar controls your point defense doctrine.
Yes.
The decoy button controls when the point defense controller will automatically fire decoys. If you set it to manual, you will need to fire the decoys yourself via the action menu.
Oh, please God, no. Controls when set to least, only the lowest capability decoy necessary to defeat given threat will be deployed. Best, highest capability decoy will be used for a given threat. Even if lower capability could have been used, when set to auto, all decoys which are compatible with the threat will be fired. Interesting.
It's best to leave this one on one of the other three options. The least option will use the decoy with
She's
the
gonna tell
lowest
me about it.
capability necessary to defeat the threat. Best will always use the highest capability. Auto will fire all necessary decoys.
Like RimWorld medicine quality. I'm
The
sorry.
type of decoy necessary for the threat can only be determined if we have sufficient intelligence on the missile, which can be developed rapidly by the ES-32 Scryer module, which this ship is carrying.
Ew.
If we don't have this information, one of every type of our onboard decoys will be fired. The decoys we have available on the ship are the EA-12 Chaff decoy and the EA-99 Conure active decoy.
Okay.
Chaff
Konya.
decoys are an expanding cloud of reflective metal strips, which create a much larger radar return than the ship that launched them. This presents a more appealing target to the missile, and will hopefully draw it off, a tactic called seduction.
Let's go.
Active decoys radiate their own energy and can mimic the signature of the launching ship, making them useful against more advanced missiles, which are also looking for the ship's radar emissions.
Did I not say about a month ago in War Thunder, did we not come up with the theory of, like, how I explained flares and chaff to that person of being, like, the meme with the girlfriend looking at the boyfriend looking at the other girl? See? We're thinking the same thing.
Now, we're going to use evasive maneuvers in conjunction with these decoys to totally avoid the first salvo.
Okay.
In fact, I'm so confident you'll be able to do it that I've totally disabled all our other point defenses.
Love that confidence you have in me.
I'm going to launch the first salvo now.
I'm not
When
scared.
you detect the missiles, change course at least 90 degrees, but preferably more like 120 degrees, away from your current direction of travel.
Okay.
Don't do it preemptively, or the missiles will adjust their lead based on your new velocity vector. Wait until you detect them on radar.
Okay.
Alright, the first salvo is on its way.
I'm not scared.
After you issue the order to change course, raise the throttle to flank speed to get that extra emergency thruster power.
How the fuck do I do
As your
that?
course change begins to
Wait,
take
wait,
effect,
stop, wait,
drop
what?
a chaff decoy, or 3, with Shift Z to give the missile something to focus on while we make
Oh shit, Z is used!
Manually firing decoys will fire one of each available passive decoy type. Active decoys will not be fired as they require a target to know how to fly away from the ship.
Ah!
If you want to fire an active decoy, right-click on one of the missile tracks and use the DCY button at the top
wait.
of the action menu.
Wait, don't teach me things while I'm getting shot at. Hang on. Tell me this before, Lieutenant Hazel. Okay. Raise for little flank speed, yes. As your course change begins to take effect, dump a chaff decoy with 3 of Shift Z. Okay, I'm gonna have to change my camera controls again. With Shift Z to give the missiles something to focus on when we make our escape. I'm just gonna do my custom controls if I keep playing this game later, I guess. Okay. As your course change begins to take effect, yeah, manually firing decoys will fire all available passive decoys. Active decoys will not be fired as they require a target to know how to fly away from the ship. Right. Active decoys are like the thing I read about or learned about from that video about how it like projects a hologram to the fucking incoming missile, basically. Shit like that is cool. Mimic beacons are real, basically. I learned with modern naval warfare. They like drop mimic beacons that just make the missile be like, that is totally the thing I want to kill. So XCOM 2 was right. Mimic beacons are real and they can hurt you. If you want to fire an active decoy, right-click on one of the missile tracks and use the DCY button at the top of the action menu. Oh. Okay. Fundubi says, you want to go up and down in a direction. True. So rather than going in this way, I want to go up and down. Okay, hang on.
Go ahead, Command.
Like this.
Aye, aye. Full
Then we got
power.
our flank speed. And then we're gonna Shift Z in a second.
Missile inbound. Aye, aye. Measures away.
Little chaff clouds? I feel like I did not. I feel like I needed to be like keeping forward momentum and not telling it to go straight down. I see now. But I also feel like it's still gonna work. Nice. Very cool. Oh, but they're not done. They're still gonna come. Please don't detect me.
On the way, Commander.
It's so pretty. Okay, they're fucking off. They're done. This one is dogged. Ah! But we're okay. Maxie says, do you know the strength of your non-rear thrusters to know the easier direction to move? What? Buddy, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Aye, aye. Full power.
Use evasive maneuvers to avoid the missile salvo. I did it! Lieutenant Hazel, praise me and teach me more knowledge. This missile is so dead in the water. It's done. Flying off? Oh, yeah. Cool. Ask you not using the main engines. What's your second strongest direction of movement? Oh, I don't know, Maxie, hey. I think you now have like thrusters in all directions. Back ones are max strength, but you got up, down, fast, and left, right strafing. Yeah, I don't know, hey. Alright. Do I get to learn more things now, Lieutenant Hazel, or did I break the tutorial? I'm so cold and alone right now. Please talk to me again. I want to learn more things. Maybe she was just disgusted by how I did that and like doesn't want to teach me anymore. Limo says, you have the same thrust in all directions to start, but as thrusters get shut off, that won't be the case. That is an interesting thing to consider. B, what about your wife? What about my wife? What do you mean? Limo says, no, it's concerning it's not advancing. I might have to restart it. I think I fucked it. I think I fucked up. Lieutenant Hazel is currently processing the paperwork for your replacement. I didn't forget about my wife. What do you mean? What has Jamble got to do with this? I might need to restart, I think. I feel like she should be talking to me by now. She should have been saying something like, wow, great job! You evaded the missile. You're good at this and not a failure. But we'll see. We'll see if when we get the boxer if it fixes.
Send your traffic. Copy that. Moving.
So I said not lose speed. We'll see. If we get inside the bubble and nothing happens, we may have to restart. We'll see. Maybe she forgot about you. Yeah, maybe Lieutenant Hazel forgot about me, yeah. Someone sent her like something funny and she's like on her phone. Did you use flank? I did, then I turned it off. We're almost there. It's very unfortunate. That's alright. Like I said at the start, I'm enjoying this enough and like what's being presented enough that I'm very happy to give this game lots of benefit of the doubt. Especially of how well it's been teaching me so far. We're almost there. She thinks you died to missiles. Yeah, she's like, that punk thought they really had no warheads. Bridger says, oh well, rip, we're Sigma. Oh, you. I like how it shows the trail I've been on, that's nice. Okay, we're going inside the yellow bubble. Yeah, I think we might need to restart this tutorial.
Moving out. Copy that. Moving.
Alright, restart it real quick. Try flank. I can try
Definitely
flank.
help today, Commander.
Maybe it's because I never right-clicked one and decoyed it on
Deploying
purpose.
countermeasures.
Maybe I was meant to leave flank on so that she could teach me, like, turn your flank engine off or you'll damage them. I'm just gonna restart. I think it'll be the quickest thing here. Unfortunately, Beagle has lost his first mission of Nebulous Fleet Command. So, am I not meant to change my
Now it's time to
course?
turn the tables. Defending.
Yeah, I know, I've learned
I've
this.
placed 3 let's be.
Let's begin.
Standing by. Aye, aye.
Well-
On the way.
Boom.
Underway.
Let's go. Beagle has lost the mandate of Hazel. Yeah, damn, you're right. I like the ship design so far. There's 2 factions, I think, and I don't know which one I'm gonna like more. Whichever one has better fighters, I guess. Alright, we've laid in a course the Port Comet via Boxer. Point Comet, I mean. I'm excited to see the larger ships. Yeah, I think this must be a slightly bigger one. What class is this? Do we know? It's got 2 bigger guns on it. It is like a destroyer or something, I would guess, because it's got like one nice bunch of VLSs in the back. And like a couple of nice forward guns. I would guess this is a destroyer. Fish says Axford Heavy Cruiser. Well, there you go. I would be wrong. Have I broken it again because I clicked continue too fast? No. No, please! Lieutenant Hazel, I'm on a timetable. I'm trying to learn about fighters, please. I think she should be talking to me by now. Maybe I clicked too quickly. Blake is I keep forgetting to send to you. I've been playing the one on only deck build you might actually like. Oh yeah? Let me quickly click on that. Breach Ray. Oh yeah, I've seen this. You like it, huh? Might have to check it out sometime. I upset her. I think I did. Like, now she is again ignoring me. Beagle hijacked the ship after losing enrollment status? Yeah. I mean, wouldn't you? I broke it again, I think. Because she doesn't even think I've laid in a course to Point Comet yet. Okay. Clear. All stop.
Aye, aye. Well,
It might seem
There we go.
ridiculous to say, but a lot of people don't consider that the best way to the ship all be fired when a missile is. The good news is
waiting.
when we talk about AS, we'll talk the right the decoy. It's best to the type of decoy necessary. The decoy, chaff decoy, active decoy.
Shoot me.
We're going to use it. In fact, I'm going to launch the first salvo now. When you detect the missiles, change course at least 90 degrees, but preferably more like 120 degrees away from your current direction. Don't do it preemptively, or the missile.
Shoot me, Lieutenant Hazel, I'm ready.
The first salvo is on its way.
If you came
After you
in...
issue the order to change course,
If you came in right now and you see me like click through that, but you weren't here 5 minutes ago, be like, damn, he reads so quick.
As your course
Damn, he's
changes,
so fast.
effect, dump a chaff decoy or 3 with Shift Z to give the missile something to focus on while we make our escape. Manually firing decoys will fire one of each available passive decoy type. Active decoys will not be fired as they require a target to know how to fly away from the ship. If you want to fire an active decoy, right-click on one of the missile tracks and use the DCY button at the top of the action menu.
We
The
turning?
button will be highlighted in yellow to show you it will be for a specific threat rather than a generic decoy order.
We gonna turn? We turning?
Enemy missile detected.
Oh, we gonna die?
Measures away.
Change the menu. Let's try it.
Understood. Countermeasures online.
Oh, we okay. We okay. Because now it's gonna be searching. Now their internals just went on. Oh no, no, they see me. No, they don't. They don't see me. They don't see me. It's okay. We strafing? I didn't mean to do that.
Countermeasures online.
Like, we're good, right? I'm a good boy? I did it? I did it. Wait for it to say something. Yeah, I'm not gonna...
Nicely done.
There we go.
Go ahead and get us back on course for either Point Atlas or Comet, and we'll continue. Don't forget to come back down from flank speed.
There we go. Whew!
Evasive maneuvers can do a lot for you when it comes to avoiding missiles fired at long range. If you do them right, you won't even need to fire in defense. But unfortunately, some more advanced missiles could follow your course changes,
I hate
like
that.
the next salvo I've just launched.
Oh, shit.
Receiving.
While we wait, this is a great time to talk about hard kill.
Yes.
Many missile threats simply can't be avoided by evasive maneuvers. The missiles that are on their way now have a command mid-course guidance configuration, so they will follow any course changes we make. For this, we'll need to rely on a combination of soft and hard kill techniques. You can change
Seated
course if you
upsetter.
want, and watch them follow us.
Sure.
Deploying chaff is always a good idea. It's cheap and plentiful, and it may save your life.
Where's my chaff
But it
numbers?
usually won't draw every missile away, so we'll need to deal with the remaining missiles somehow. The simplest of the hard kill methods is point defense turrets. This ship is equipped with 3 Mark 20 Defender 20mm autocannons and 2 Mark 90 Aurora laser turrets. All of these weapons have their own integrated fire control systems, so once they have been cued to an area by the ship's radar, they can lock their own targets and develop their own firing solutions.
We should do that, Hazel.
If you want to take a more hands-on approach, you can manually prioritize targets with the Z key or by using the PD button
Oh,
in the action.
no, I rebound that. What did I rebound that to?
Generally,
Ah!
this isn't necessary, as the PD controller
Wait,
automatically prioritizes threats by size, distance.
Wait. That's literally the thing I rebound. Fuck, what did I put that on? C? Yeah, C. C?
Speed, and whether they're actually coming towards the ship or not. The ship will always
my power might be about to go out, guys.
defending others.
I'll be back if my power goes out. Yo, cool. Very cool, very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, I'm in like a bit of a storm right now, so my power goes out. Hey, what's this? Defeat the incoming missile salvo. What was that one?
Great job!
Good.
Now get us back on course again.
You got it.
Waiting for your orders, Commander. We're on the way, Commander.
Alright, we have one more type of hard kill to consider. Interceptor missiles. These are missiles specifically designed to intercept and destroy incoming missiles. They are the most flexible form of PD, but also the most limited in quantity.
Is your radar on? Am I misunderstanding the radar on bottom? Looks like the radar is disabled right now.
This ship is carrying 40
How do we know about the missiles, then?
112 Ripostes, a command-guided interceptor missile. Let's go through the options available by clicking the PD missile button and expanding the menu.
How am I detecting these? Do the
First
PDs have their own
option is the
radar?
firing mode. By default, this is set to Doctrine, meaning that all missiles will be fired at all threats that it was designed for. By flipping it over to All, we can disregard those settings and the missile will be used against all threats. On the other hand, Manual will only fire at targets you have prioritized.
Oh, we have a spotter. We're getting data linked, maybe. Yeah. Hang on. Riposts, yes. PDMSL button, the PMSL button. Doctrine, missile will be fired at all threats that it was designed for. Or we can disregard the settings, the missile will be used against all threats. On the other hand, manual fire any targets prioritized. Okay.
Receiving.
What is D2, DYY, 3D, 4D, 3? Salvo size. Oh, there's like lots of different settings. Cool. 2 salvo. Look at this. Max Doff. Last salvo. If enabled, another salvo missiles will be fired at the last possible moment, even if other missiles are already in flight to that target. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Craft Nez. If enabled, the ship will only fire missiles at small craft, fighter bomber when they have been determined to be in the missile's Nez. Oh! Cool. Oh, thank you, Blinky, for the heads up. That's cool. When they've been determined to be in the missile's Nez, if the target were to turn away at max speed, the missile would still reach it. Cool. Very interesting that you can pick these things. I like that. Alright, I've learned about that. So now what? Teach me the next thing. Don't make me restart this tutorial again, it takes a long time. Teach me the next thing. I'm ready. What was the last thing you said to me? Am I fucking it because I'm going to the message log? I feel like she was meant to keep talking and I fucked it again. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I've had this game wishlisted forever, but I'm too intimidated by its mechanics to actually buy it. Yeah, that was me till today, but the tutorial's really good. Except for, like, I think I might have bugged it again. But it's like a really good tutorial that makes it pretty easy to understand. This paper that says, I think you gotta get to Alpha or Bravo. She wants us to plot a course there. But, I feel like she should be continuing to talk now. I think I fucked it. I think I'm fucking it by going into the message log because I'm too slow in my brain. Which is unfortunate if true, because we're gonna take another 20 minutes to get through this one. Change to fire mode? Yeah, let's try it. Man. I think I fucked it up. Case will realize that Beagle never paid tuition. Not so Lone Wolf says, honestly, the last page of the tutorial you could probably skip. Why? What is it? But then I won't have a badge that says I completed it. It's just a demonstration of the anti-missile missiles. Oh, like literally we would do this and then we'd be done? If they're automatic, sure. ANS Messy Born. Otherwise it'll take us like 10 minutes again, probably. Yeah, if they work just like the guns, then yeah. If they're just automatic, that's fine. Okay. Then I will take it on your, I will take it on your advice, not so move, that we can skip that, because that one seems like it's prone to breaking. The last bit is all the automatic functions. As long as I'm not missing nothing else, I believe you. I believe in you that you have not led me astray and that we can go to final battle problem. Put all the skills you've learned to the test in an actual battle, controlling a small part of the friendly fleet. Oh, goodness. Lattice bound, Axford class heavy cruiser, which we just had, and then another one. Abundant recompense. They have the same gear. No, this one has a VLS and that one doesn't. Why? No reason, just does. It just does, fuck us. Flash, flash, flash! SAW 200 reports OSPN squadron within emit time perimeter. VFI-4 confirmed hostile contact. This is where Hazel went. What happened to the last tutorial? Forced to withdraw. Commodore Blackwell assuming command. Situation developing. 1105. Shelter. Additional hostile vessels within Bradford control zone. Imminent hostile contact. Alert stage Atlas. Commodore equipment to be secured. Available friendly assets retasked to intercept and destroy. That's me. I'm very competent and mentally stable and ready for this.
Alright, Commander. This is the real thing. I hope you remembered what I taught you, for all our sakes.
If you need more time to think and issue orders, you can enable active pause in the accessibility settings and toggle the control spacebar.
We've been diverted from our final certification.
I probably will.
A small protectorate harassing force has penetrated into the system, and we're the only units in the area. Commodore Blackwell is in command on ANS and Lattice Bound. He'll be managing most of the task force, but he's left the heavy cruisers to you.
Oh god. He's on my ship.
I'll be here with you the whole time. Make me proud. And try not to get us killed.
Orders. Standing by. Lead on.
At the ready, Commander.
Where are they? Ah, I keep pressing this button because I fucked myself up with my new keys. Okay. What is this? Long-range tracking. What are my guys doing? We have... Can I see what size they are? No, not unless I've learned these icons, I feel like. I can't tell, like, that's a cruiser, that's a frigate, etc. Which would be nice to be like, hey, what is this? Like... What is its role? How heavy is it? You know what I mean? I'd like to just be able to look at these things and be like, what the fuck is going... Oh, shit!
We've picked up a group of small, fast ships, probably shuttles with rocket launchers. They look like easy pickings, but don't let your guard down.
On the
If
way,
they get
Commander.
close, they can easily take down a ship of this size with swarm tactics. Our big 450 guns will have a hard time landing a hit on them when they're closing with us.
Oh my god, they're everywhere. Okay, we're jamming.
Missile, missile.
Whoa, shit! Do I have missiles? Yeah, I do. Okay, we're engaging.
Probable second group of rocket shuttles detected. Moving fast.
Ah! I don't know if we're in range for the guns. What is a guideline? What is a guideline? Shoot it.
Don't forget, you can issue orders to both ships in your formation at the same time with left shift plus right click. It'll save you critical time.
Left shift plus right click. Fucking...
Firing a missile.
Fire 5 missiles at them!
That's an Ocello above the large asteroid. Retired Alliance hardware. It's a real warship with armor, heavy guns, and a narrow front profile. They're probably using as a command ship.
Okay, that's the thing we actually care about.
That's our biggest threat right now. It would be a great candidate for some of our Guideline 4 missiles. You'll need more than a few. Its point defenses are no joke.
Okay, get me the fucking... No, I want to stay here.
Copy that. Moving.
What is this? This is my shots? Yeah, and I've got missiles as well.
One of the shuttles is out of action.
Okay, I just blew up one of the fuckers. Can I leave the rest to you fuckers? What's this? No, that looks like I need to kill it myself.
Something big down there. My bet is a Marauder line ship. They're big converted bulk freighters with guns strapped onto them. They'll be broadside to us
Jesus.
and unmask all their guns, which makes them an easy target for ours.
What the fuck is going on?
Unfortunately, that also makes them bad targets for our Guideline HEKP missiles, which will pass straight through from side to side without doing much damage. We need a bow to stern shot for those to be most effective.
Hazel, what the fuck are you talking about? Hazel! I'm still trying to kill the rocket shuttles! Jesus Christ!
Second Marauder detected. Looks like the same configuration.
Hazel!
Our range, Commander. That's beyond our range, Commander.
It's beyond our range. Okay, fuck.
Zeroing in. Take him out.
Use the guns.
Another rocket shuttle destroyed.
Yeah, I blew it up. We're gonna go... I'm not gonna get overwhelmed by all that bullshit you're talking about, like, here's the Marvel next villain. We're just gonna gun this shit.
Target's off the scope. We're holding fire.
Okay, hopefully it's dead and I didn't just lose track of it. Okay.
We're in the thick of it now, Commander. Use the Axford slope bow to your advantage and keep it pointed towards the source of enemy fire. It should bounce a lot of this.
Tracking missile.
Aye, aye.
Issue a heading order against any track, and your ships will keep their bows pointed towards it no matter where it moves.
Gun is dialed in.
Oh! That's what we wanted before.
Aye, aye.
What's this? I'm being fired on. Enemy fire control lock.
Those line ships are firing 100mm shells, which normally wouldn't be a threat to us. But those purple streaks you're seeing are magnetic bottles full
Purple
of superheated
streak.
plasma.
Purple
Trying to use it
streaks?
to burn off our armor so their guns can get through it.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Keep it good
Look at these
distance
fucking
and
things!
maintain evasive maneuvers. We should be able to dodge most of it.
Shoot them!
It'll be done, Commander.
Oh, Jesus! I see what the fuck you're talking about now. Good lord!
The component's been lost. Zeroing in. Take him out. Sending it.
Please do.
Ready. Zero him in. Guidance online.
Another pair of small ships detected, but their profile doesn't look like more shuttles. Most likely some other small gun or missile combatant.
Are we shooting our guns? I need to actually, like, get out of the tactical view and see if the guns are firing. Oh, we got damage everywhere. Okay, we're firing our guns now. And I see missiles going out as well.
Enemy sensor tug detected up high. They'll be using their long-range directional sensors to keep high-quality tracks on our ship. It's janky, but it works.
AWOC thing.
It's an excellent target.
Holy shit!
Let's poke their eyes out.
You're not moving! You gotta move!
Ready.
We're being jammed.
Oh, the fucking... What do I do? Ah!
Receiving.
My keys! I'm not used to my keys yet! I'm not gonna make it!
Missile reserve low.
Oh, fucking, here's what I want.
On the move. We'll handle it.
Okay, fuck, we haven't fucking... No, we're still shooting that thing. Fuck.
Locking
Why
up.
aren't you dead yet?
Shots out.
If I shift... Oh, there's no way I'm living through this. I'm so fucked.
Yeah, we see them. We're under fire.
Yeah, I bet you see them. I have 8 of them. I see that now.
Locking onto us.
Guidance online.
I have 8 of these.
Missile out.
Missile the shit out of them.
Ready.
Okay. Dump every fucking missile that we have. But your ship isn't doing anything? Why isn't it doing anything? It's shooting. No, it is. It's shooting.
Orders.
It's got a lot of holes in it.
Being jammed.
That's one Marauder down. They're abandoning ship.
Standing by.
Yeah, good. Die, motherfucker. Okay. Any of these you've got, hold on to them.
We're reading you.
Track.
Locking on the target. Enemy is jamming us. Solution locked in.
Getting a lock. Outgoing missile.
Let's see that. I feel very anxious about the facing of my ships. I don't like what's going on there. Okay.
Missile supply running low.
I bet it is, because I fired them all.
Missiles dry.
We're running out of missiles.
I want to roll you in, like, the opposite direction, please.
Changing position.
You still guiding?
We've been zeroed in. Our sensors are being jammed.
Lead on.
We're running out of missiles.
And
Sending.
check you're both still engaging. Yes, you are. Keep engaging. Are you dead yet? You chaps! Good for you. Die anyway. Ooh-wee. I wanted to turn your facing so you'd stop.
They've got us dialed in.
I feel like your thrusters are probably fucked. You will have thruster damage. Damage control locker is fucked. I was trying to roll in the opposite direction so I could do the Battletech thing of, like, changing my armor. Changing my armor around to the other side. Ugh. And what is this?
We lost a module.
Oh, that's the real warship.
Enemy light attack
I hate
ship
that.
has been destroyed. Crew is abandoning.
What's
We're
everyone else
losing
doing?
components.
I don't know. Abundant Recompense needs to get the fuck out of there. You need to hold and cover them.
Let's hear it. Let's
Like,
hear
you need to
it.
literally get in the way. You need to hit
Quickly,
flank
Commander.
speed.
Course laid in.
Get us moving.
We need to body block.
We're losing components.
Course laid in.
We still firing? We seem to still be firing.
We're a bit busy, Commander. They're zeroing us.
I'm very aware. It's called micromanagement. I'm helicopter parenting you.
What now, Commander?
We've stopped firing now. Firing main guns on track 9991. Okay, because I'm probably manually telling you what to do.
a
We're
bit
probably
busy,
losing.
Commander.
Hmm? Oh
Quickly,
shit! No,
Commander.
that was not my intention.
Get us moving. They're zeroing us.
Orders.
Thanks for the warning. Guns are back on now.
Busy, Commander.
All missiles are gone. I already know that. I'm just checking. Is that one actually alive? Sometimes the ship dive takes a while for Intel to realize. Good idea. Is it still shooting us? It's not shooting us. Good point. You tell your damage control teams to do stuff. You can prioritize, but otherwise it's automatic. But it depends. How many people do you have left?
Out with it.
We've taken 6 casualties. We've taken fire from... Oh, that's that fucker shooting at me again. I reckon. Or is it that? Why are you missiling your own guy? Must have been going with great haste. Am I taking fire from...
Second line ship has been destroyed. That's most of their heavy ships gone.
You? No, it's you. Okay. Kill. Pudding, kill,
Lock 'em
kill.
in. Get a move on.
That's dead. Switch guns.
Fire control locking on.
I had to learn all the hotkeys for this shit.
Full burn.
Flank speed.
Let's hear it.
Evade, buddy, evade!
We're losing components.
Yeah, I know. Go,
They've locked on.
I want to get you over here.
Full power.
Eventually. Wonder when I'll know when my flank speed is hitting too hard.
Out with it.
I wonder if I'll get a warning.
Under fire.
You're gonna need to lock into one ship, right, since they share targeting? Oh, so a lock is data linked. It's just, it has to be locked by someone. Right, I've been locking it with both ships, but I understand now what you mean, yeah. Not because these doesn't split up. Oh, I don't know. How do you know if they're data linking correctly? What's the range? There's an MNVR setting to auto-jink? Oh, really? That's what we're kind of talking about, isn't it? Though I am kind of like closing on this fucker so I can get them too. They're trying to like occlude me with the roid right now, I think. I want some intel on how much damage you're doing to this fucker apart from just looking at it. We're hitting the
Get
bow
that
a lot.
component back up.
Data link range across map? Okay, so we don't have to worry about it.
The enemy's locking on. Out with it.
Okay, don't go up actually because you're just gonna
What now, Commander?
stop supporting. Though we actually also kind of want that. You're so fucked. You probably actually kind of want that. That's why I was doing it in the first place. We'll hedge our bets. We'll go this way.
Get us moving.
Receiving.
Want to get the cover. Use our
Let's
pairs.
hear it.
Oh right. But if I'm telling them to actually repair shit, they're not gonna take care of in-combat repairs. So I don't want to do that right now. I feel like. Are you using AP to target as armor? Oh my god.
That should be the last of them. Well done.
That's why it's taking so long to kill them, probably. I want to say I'm surprised it doesn't auto-do that, but I guess the whole meat of this game is things that would be automatically done otherwise. Your DC locker is destroyed. Yeah, but they're still going around doing things, so I don't know what that... Oh, one of them is destroyed.
Standing by.
Yeah, good call. I needed to switch to AP. I see why this game would only be about managing a small number of ships, because you got a micro. Oh, we're done apparently. I mean, looks to me like we're still going, but yeah, you know, you can take over from here. Lieutenant Hales is just like pushing me off the bridge like, oh, that's a great job. Good job, Commander, you can go now. She starts doing it herself. Missile defense efficiency. Terrible. Oh, the enemy's no offensive ability, so you're done. Oh, did we get all their guns? Did we take all their systems out? Lovely. Whew! That was a very fire hose way to actually play the game. It wasn't like, oh, here's two things. Like, that was actually a proper, like, attack. I kind of appreciate that. On one sense, extremely stressful. On the other, in the other sense, I appreciate that, like, that was meant to be in the game's canon, essentially. I appreciate that all the way through this, with, like, their little emails at the start and everything, that this is done in, like, immersively. It's diegetic. It's in the... It's in the lore. I appreciate that. Hey, we only lost, like, I'm only responsible for the deaths of 8 people. See, that could be worse. Do I get to see the enemies? Yeah. We have one ship that went down to no offensive ability at 929. I love that it times that. Pretty hardy crews, which is nice to see. Wolf says, you don't know they're dead unless they detonate. Evac or intel was a picture of its state. That's cool. Funny says you did well for the first time. Thank you. I was very panicked. I was incredibly panicked. But I appreciate that it was like part of like what this kind of game is going to be. Like the meat of this kind of game is going to be how well you can manage these systems and command them during the battle, obviously. That's going to be the game. Which is very interesting. You went down an offensive ability even with all of your modules still on, it looks like. Like, these guys got, like... This must have got cored. Because these guys just got, like, fucking ripped into pieces. Damage received 0. Oh, you guys evacuate? Did you guys withdraw? You guys are just like, no, we're done. Expended all ammo? Right, yeah, that was everything I should have said. Cool. Okay. Well, it's 2 minutes in, and we've taken lives. I think our training is going well. Camping tutorial. Sadly, I don't get a little medal, but I do get to go to Missile School now, I guess. Missiles